All right, greetings and salutations. Welcome once again to the Sports Desk. It's the final day of the week, and we are going up until 4 o'clock this afternoon. And my name is Orville Higgins. Zidane will be in at any given point in time. But I tell you, people, I wouldn't want to say you waste your night's sleep because you watch the cricket, both because you enjoy watching sports like that, but also because it's the nature of what you do to watch things where you know some people are going to talk about. But I'm going to sound like a stock record. Again, at the risk of sounding like that. First power play, 36 balls. They were 24 that ball. We have to improve them something, people. Johnson Charles, and it's not like him now and try liquid the ball. You know. He was. But it just wasn't working. And too many of our batsmen don't have the ability to have another type of game. I was watching David Warner with the innings that really separated the two teams. David Warner can bludgeon the cricket ball with him ready. You know. As good as most. But yesterday or last night, he showed that he had some finesse about him as well. Our man them, Kyle Myers them, Panem Day them are going to liquid the ball and embarrass it. Johnson Charles them. Nicholas Pooran them. But the ability to push it round for ones and twos in between them shot them. I might sound like a stock record. We need to improve on that.
What is the cause of West Indies having won 2 trophies at this level?
Yeah.
How comes we're gone to this level so quickly? It's disturbing, you know. Because even in terms of hitting away the ball, they're not specialized there, you know.
No.
So it's talent is lacking at the T20 level. Somehow.
I don't know. I think the rest of the world kind of understand the T20 game better. Cause it was fairly new in 2012 when we were winning.
Oh yes.
The
first World Cup was what, 2007?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was still,
still new to the game. People still are learning the things. Some of the arts of the game, like the slower bumper, the bowling wider the crease, the field placings. The game was still being worked on. We naturally had some strong man who could have given some ball. But as the game has evolved, we now evolve with the game. It's as basic as that.
Yeah, we are being left behind.
All right, we'll take the first one. Chris?
Oh, you the Orville?
Where were there?
Zidane?
Yes, Mr. Chris, I'm here.
Lewis Hamilton seems like nothing is going on for him, man.
What happened to him now?
Him not win the race. Him not win from the year start.
Oh, Lord.
The picture with the man, where the French car and the Italian car and going with, it really is a good picture, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, but it's just a thing to come out. I think he must struggle up and make them put some money in a new car next year.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And that new car that him can win something, man. You can, but at least him feel bad because they took away the last race from him. And that probably must be killing his spirit.
Yeah, from that controversial race, they say him struggling, not the same driver.
Yeah. Every now and then they touch race after and I call. I hear somebody say because Bimbo is strong. You ever hear anything like that yet?
Because him strong.
Anything to do with a man winning a race that came in a spark, you know.
Them say most better able to control the horses because him strong and him chest big.
Because Winston Griffith, Mark you, Winston Griffith is Bimbo is not my jockey. I didn't know Georgia sang. But Georgia sang set a record when it was 1 day old when the race was running. 100 and enough, so that's why they rate him as an overwhelming champion.
Yeah.
So when race was just been run on 1 day only. What happened to Bunny Shaw? Again after that. What happened to Bunny Shaw?
What happened to her?
She not like them take her from bed 1 or 2 times after the field.
Oh, she not dominating like before if you ask now.
She not scoring a goal.
I haven't heard her name recently.
Yeah.
Before, because Sterling boy get a fitter last week and just do it like that in front of the goal.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they play at City, you know, used to just take now. We in at the box and look somebody.
Well, she has. I'm seeing a record saying she has played 2 matches, 1 goal, 1 assist.
In how many games? That's not good.
No,
2 matches. Man City she plays. 2 matches.
Man City. How many games have the team played?
Let me check to see. Continue, Chris.
No, all right, me go on, man, because we don't have anything.
All right, we'll find out how many games City play and how many she has played.
All right, I'll go with you, gentlemen.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
All right, Mammee Bay, the disciple. Disciple number 1. We have him. Yeah, hello?
Yeah, man, I'm here. You hear me?
All right, disciple.
Yes. Loud and clear, man. Little Samson, stay strong. Cause you know, say you strong, you know.
Yes, Mammee.
A year you asked a very good question a while ago, you know. After us winning 2020, you see, how is it that we have fallen so bad?
Yeah, man, we have plummeted, my boss.
And then now, Orville the Messiah, as usual, came up with the brilliant answer.
Yes.
When we won, you know, this 2020 thing was very recent. I mean,
Yeah, he wasn't big in the world quite yet.
Exactly.
Yes.
So now, as time goes on, the other countries learn how to work out, but we don't learn how to work them out.
Yeah, man, we.
You understand what I'm saying, Little Samson?
Yes.
We've been left
They
behind.
learn how to play against us and work us out, but we just seem to not have any head when it comes on to cricket. Yeah? Not thinking of it, and we don't have. You remember the days when we have batsmen who could come and weather the storm? I mean, Little Samson might be a bit on the younger side. But Harvey, you remember when you have people who could come and weather the storm?
No, man, but in T20 cricket that is fairly recent, you know.
No, but what I'm saying, even though it's very recent, look what Australia did. At least 1 or 2 persons will come along and try to steady the ship.
Yeah, because when you look at somebody like a David Warner who can change him game.
Exactly.
David Warner come yesterday and him not really swipe off on the ball, you know.
Right, because he realized that this is not the time to be swiping.
The pitch wasn't, you can't just fire through the line.
Exactly.
But he was still scoring rapidly with what they call orthodox getting shot, and they were hustling between the wickets. They were running hard. Johnson Charles just going like it's a Sunday evening game.
You understand?
Nah, run.
Seem to be learning, man. You understand?
Nobody now to teach you for hustle and run hard, you know.
Exactly.
But we don't play them kind of game.
Them something that should come like, oh, a man learn to walk.
Yeah, man.
And after you learn to walk, nobody now to teach.
Me and Marco, I said, boy, we have to do better than this. West Indies, you have to do better than this. Ball it down long off, and man just shag a single. When David won, nunks run a square leg, the man run like at the last game for win the game, you know.
And we are run like we win a
Why, Mammee Bay, if the man is not, why take the thing serious in terms of those quick singles, man? Then fat man can't talk then because
but
if they want to play like a fat man, might as well you bring in the fat man.
Well, I know, man, talking about fat man, I'm glad you're going to this, because you carry me to my next point, you know, Little Samson. So me rate you, you know. I was listening to the news not too long, you see, Orville.
Yes.
Cornwall make over 200 in a little DBDB 2020.
Yeah.
In Australia. Them kind of news enough for company radio, man.
No, I disagree. I'm going to make 200 in a...
200 and Orville.
Why shouldn't it company radio?
Them something that sound impossible, man.
Yeah, that is akin to a man scoring 9 goals in a football game. One man scored 9 goals in it.
Man, or something.
No, all we have to know says that we don't put the same amount of emphasis on it for make. But if a man make 200 in a league game in the States as a West Indies man, it's not like he make 50, you know. 200 of 70 something ball is a special achievement, man. So you mentioned.
Special achievement, but this is the problem, Harvey. Then we get carried away by this special achievement.
No, man. Well, if him get carried away, up
when
to
you
him.
bring them back to West Indies situation now, at the same 10, 20.
I would love to see that bowling lineup.
Yeah, it probably wasn't special.
People play test cricket and get a whole lot of deliveries and can't make 200. And you have 20 overs to bowl and you make one man make 200 runs, my boy.
But what, boy, me I tell you, no, Little Samson, talk the truth. Don't it sound impossible?
It sounds impossible for true. Bowling must be really poor.
But anyway, true, me know Harville, boy, me not come down too hard.
No. As I say now, a lot of West Indians go up and play them league cricket all the while, you know. It's what a lot of them do. Not all of them are going to make 200 from 70 at bar. Now, are we going to put that on a monument and say him is the latest Virat Kohli? No, but you get a mention. If you have a Jamaican footballer playing now, the MLS or one of them local lower league, then him score 8 goals in a game, you mention it.
Well, I agree with you. I agree with you. I saw it.
You don't mean him as the next Pele, but you mention it.
Anyway, boy, I want big up, you know. Big up on yourself, yeah, man. Deigo, Chris Lynch. Baggio the Great. Big up yourself, G-Star.
Big up yourself, Mammee Bay.
Rollington Town. You take care of yourself.
Yeah.
My boss.
Yeah,
man. Who we have now? Street Youth.
Street Youth.
Yeah, Orville, I know say no matter about the man them the game did raw. Yeah, that's nice too, but guess what? You see the same player them we have now. They have them time. If them come back right now, they walk over Australia for farm.
For farm?
Yeah, for farm like Chris Gale them and Pollard them and Bravo them for farm, they walk over anything.
Or if you get them back in their prime.
Yeah. So no matter about the game, they dust. Them never they learn.
Them would have to play a little bit different than how they used to play. Man.
No, but remember, alright, up to right now in a today game. But Narayan still a ball 4 over for 19 ones.
No, Narayan is all-time great, you know. So Narayan would be great. And maybe Chris Gale and the man would be all-time great.
Too. Bravo, one of the best player the game to have.
Yeah. But I'm saying Chris Gale now would have to understand that he would have to bat differently. Alright, you say how Craig Brathwaite does lick. What the boy name? Stokes 4-6 with 4 half volley. I'm tell you, say, in the modern game, one of them ball is going to be a bumper. One of them are going to be a slower ball. One of them are going to be a wide ball outside. Something. Because the game are evolve, and we would have to evolve. So, Chris Gale would have probably evolved, you know.
Yesterday over there, Ben Stokes just get memorized. He never really, he want to do everything we have seen a while ago, but it just never happened.
He might do it now, man.
He didn't want to do it, Orville. I think he never want to change the ball. Somebody over God, Orville. He just don't need that. A final that name, you know. A pressure that take him in, he just come. He
just don't need it.
Yeah. So, Orville, I just, you see the player that we have now. It's just like a football team, Orville. You will get some player them now a good like tailor them and shove them, so you have to play within your limitation now.
Yeah.
So you see this player that we're seeing it up now. So that's now me say. Normally me never know what coach do for no cricketer, because when a cricketer come, well from your left like in the early stage of your cricketing playing, I think where a coach could have.
No, but alright. So so the coach can improve your ability by no means.
No, the coach come in to show him and them say, yo, we have to take some, we have to use more of them ball, brother.
Yeah, but I'm saying you stroke a ball down a longer. You not show no intent and I run one.
You have to put pressure on the field, brother.
They're not grade 16 them, my boss. You realize, boy, me swipe off a 3 ball.
That's a fire coach now in Orville.
Them the matter.
Because there is no way me can coach a team. Wait. Them hit up 50 ball. No.
Johnson Charles at one stage last night, the Marco asked about this man look like him don't know what him doing. Man is a fire. And him, well, I mean, I don't know.
Your argument fix the Cornwall get stronger when the man do them.
But that is the point I'm making. Cornwall now gonna take no single night, you know. But if Cornwall face 30 ball like Johnson Charles, him now gonna make 29. He might go swipe and catch 2 of them ball.
Yeah, but the problem is Cornwall not going to face the amount of balls. Cornwall only bat quicker than them in Orville because him not averaging this, him averaging less. So the only thing him do is make the runs quicker, but him not going to make a difference at all. It's going to still be a Bramble team.
Boy, him not far from them in terms of averaging.
That is exactly my point. So he's an ordinary cricketer just like anybody else.
Right.
So
if them ordinary are him ordinary, then give him one of this time for so him can do to know.
We need to with the knife we need to improve.
I will let him say yesterday game and now it's evolve where those 20 player alone can test cricketer can play the game, you know.
Well, Australia test well except for Zampa. Them 3 fast bowler are the three test fast bowler.
Yeah, so test cricketer can play it. If you can bat and manipulate ball, brother, you will get it. You have to play good cricketing stroke and get score.
Hold on the street. We'll take a break. Alright, back online.
Yeah, back with your street you.
The man have to just learn to pick good ball and take 1 or 5 or 2 and bad ball then get you over the ball.
Here's the point to me, my boss. No, we're not special. Make we get that, you know?
Yeah, we're not special.
I'm looking at somebody like a Shea Hope. Shea Hope has gotten the chance to play 18 T20s for the West Indies. Shea Hope where can't lick with the ball. When he plays internationals, his average is 17.9 and his strike rate is 121. When he play CPL, when he play T20s, and I would assume most of them are CPL because he doesn't go around the circuit a lot. His average is 21, and his strike rate is 118. Now, Cornwall's average in CPL cricket is 20, but his strike rate is 148. So Shea Hope not doing much. You could argue that give me a man averaging 20 with a strike rate of 148, than a man averaging 21 with a strike rate of 118. And especially when that other man can bowl you some ball as well for a good day and can outdunk some man.
So Cornwall is still bowling?
Him can still bowl, man. They choose not to use him. Him bowl since
then if you're good enough to bowl at international level, how can you not bowl at the CPL level?
So you think him can bowl at the CPL?
No, not that I'm asking the question.
I don't know why they're not using him, but him still can bowl. And I've seen him was bowling in the, what you call the thing before the T20? The 60? So them choose not to bowl.
But there's somebody else similar
to... said he must kind of the mix with them, man.
But there's somebody else similar to Cornwall that is ahead of Cornwall and he's not there either.
Who that?
Not the Jamaican spinner.
Fabian?
Yeah.
Make we look at Fabian's stats in CPL cricket.
And Fabian is actually bowling right now.
All right. Let me just look at what Fabian do when he does play CPL. And I'm prepared to bet it's not that far apart.
Yeah, but Fabian is bowling now. Fabian does.
But it's not just now. Me, I make the case of Cornwall the way now.
No, but with West Indies have a team now. So what happened before not relevant.
I'm looking at Fabian now. He has played 83 T20 games. He played 5 IPL games. So, based on what I say, so his average is 19.3. So Cornwall average more than Fabian Allen in T20 domestic cricket.
Yes, and bowling now for Cornwall.
Strike rate 141. Cornwall actually scores faster than Fabian Allen.
Yes, but
Fabian
Allen
don't dismiss him.
Hold on, no.
Fabian Allen is a bowler.
Hold on before you go to bowling. Fabian Allen is by far a better fielder than Cornwall. I'd put that in the mix.
I am saying the difference between them is not as wide as
so that's why I don't understand the argument. You're talking about mediocre versus mediocre. You right. Go ahead the West Indies.
No. I'm
the
saying
bigger picture is the West Indies.
I want us to improve
lack of talent.
But I'm saying if mediocre get picked, and our next mediocre man where we say him can't get picked.
But that's a personal thing with Cornwall. The bigger picture is the West Indies team. Anyway, West Indies is doing poorly and Cornwall will not make a big difference. So we don't need to argue whether Cornwall should be in the team or
I don't know.
That's a side thing.
I didn't think that Cornwall would make a big difference when we say must play test cricket.
No money we could have.
We don't know.
The 4-day thing with Cornwall was different from this. Yes, Street Youth.
Zidane.
Yes, my boss.
Yes, sir. Where you pretty much Sunday?
Me look comfortable yesterday. Liverpool dead, my boss. At London. 3-1.
Orville.
Yo.
I tell you, Jeff, you take it.
3-1, my boss. No big side, man.
Well, I still think City are going to win it, but who knows? I want us to win the Champions League. That's what we do. 4 out of 5 league titles. If you win the league this year, yeah, you're happy feet. But I want to win the Champions
League.
Yeah. But leave it as on a Street Youth.
All
right.
How many IPL games does Cornwall have?
None.
How many Big Bash?
None.
Sri Lanka League?
None.
Pakistan League? So it's not the West Indies people them alone narrate Cornwall?
My thing is he should be considered just like that because none of the man will get him out not have too much money.
But pressure the IPL people them too, man. They can't consider Ali.
They can't quarrel with IPL not to pick a West Indian. The West Indies may have an interest in it.
Yeah, but in that way make a big.
When I used to argue that Nikita Miller must play for West Indies.
And that was a brilliant discussion because Nikita Miller separated himself from the persons who were getting ahead of him. So we can understand a man coming every day and say Nikita Miller, it is a travesty for Nikita not to have played because he was so far.
What about Cornwall's first class record? When we did say he must play test cricket.
He was dominant.
But a lot of people used to say
you win that argument, man.
No,
you're making an excellent case for Cornwall read the test side. Because it was 4-day and he was doing much better than a lot of the other spinners that was getting. And he could bat better than them. So I agree. But this, I think it's neither here nor there for me with the CPL thing.
Mark Watson.
Yeah.
Yes, Mark.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mark.
Where are you?
Yes. Big up, Mark.
No, I'm going to touch on 3 topics. The first one is boxing. International boxing. I have a question. Nicholas Axwaters. What has become of him?
Boy, nobody know. Look like he can throw in the towel.
Because him lose one fight and then that's downhill. Because I've seen a lot of fighters before him.
internationally, Thomas Hitman, Earl Sugar Ray Robinson, Evander Holyfield, all of those guys lost fight and come back and make a comeback. But from Nicholas, lost the one fight. It is done, nothing more here from him. Like, I'm just don't understand. That's always a question I really want to ask. Another thing I want to ask the both of you. 1990s, heavyweight division. Who you think was the best boxer in the heavyweight division?
Mike, for me.
You had Mike Tyson, you have Evander Holyfield, you have Lennox Lewis, you have Reddick Bowe.
Foreman was in the latter stages of his career.
Foreman never in it.
Foreman win some fight in the 90s, man, some big fight.
In the 90s.
But he did a water down still. You can't.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, still, this is my personal opinion. I think Evander Holyfield was the best boxer of the 90s.
Better than Mike Tyson?
Between Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis.
Why, if you had to ask me, who would I least want to box at them best at Tyson?
No, you say Mike Tyson, no. Mike Tyson, what I realized with Mike Tyson.
You want to fight Tyson, I'm a boss.
No, hold on a little bit now, man.
Yes.
Mike Tyson, when he met opponents who were practically scared of him even before the fight started, walk over them. I observed Mike Tyson when he fought Buster Douglas, 1992. At the time, he didn't lose any fight yet. Buster was not scared of him, but Douglas beat him. When he went up against Evander Holyfield, Holyfield was not scared of him, Holyfield beat him. And then he fought Lennox Lewis in a latter part of his career. So most of the boxers, Tyson, when I really analytically look at it, most of the boxers, really fight. He never fight a Reddick Bowe.
Yeah, but looking at Evander Holyfield's record now.
Yeah, man. Evander, good man.
Evander Holyfield, 57 fights, 44 wins, 10 losses, you know.
No, remember.
So if you're going to talk about the fact that Mike Tyson would have lost a few fights.
In his peak.
But Evander Holyfield.
Leave out that word. I leave out that word. In his peak.
Then maybe by the time he fight Buster Douglas, then he was.
No, man. 1992 and 1989 he beat Trevor Berbick, you know. At 19-year-old, you know. When he fight Buster Douglas in Orville.
You said that Buster Douglas fight, me think Tyson they just underestimate Buster. And I remember that fight, him knock out Buster and the referee take forever.
No, man, never take forever. Him knock out with 9 seconds left to go, man. And
you remember I blicked down Buster in the same fight.
In a eighth round.
And the referee, I think that 10-second count was a little long.
No, man.
But let us say him beat Tyson. But that was one of the biggest upsets in a boxing.
The biggest upset in a boxing history still.
Probably.
But
next to it, before Ali beat
Evander Holyfield. When Evander Holyfield beat Tyson in 1996, that's when he just come back from prison. The time before Tyson got to prison, Tyson said Evander Holyfield want to fight.
Yeah.
He wanted to fight Evander Holyfield. Got to prison, come back 1996, the fight went on.
My honestly think that Tyson went into that Buster Douglas fight underprepared and never that train as hard and take the thing for granted. Buster Douglas wouldn't stand a chance against Tyson a few years before that. But they still give him credit.
But may I tell you the truth, both all of them in them peak, I give Holyfield the edge. A lot of boxers overstay them time in the ring.
Right.
All right, as it relates to cricket, I have heard us speak about the average of Shanda Paul ever so often. But in my opinion, Shanda Paul is one of the most selfish cricketers I've ever played for West Indies cricket. Shanda Paul came in at 6. And irrespective of how much, he never defend a lower batsman. I have never seen Shanda Paul defend a lower batsman. It is always about him. He prefers staying not out and everybody else.
He can't never
did a great job of defending the tail.
You understand me? And that alone, even for me, take away some of his professional approach to batting, in my opinion. So even the average is not, in my opinion, a true reflection of who Shanda Paul is. He's a good batsman, you know.
I think he's great, man.
But I would not say great because just like how Lara, for example, Brian Lara would defend the lower batsman.
Omar, you have great
and take.
You have the comparative and the superlative, you know. You have greatest. The facts of Brian Lara are greater than him.
No.
Don't mean him not great man. Sandra Paul is a great West Indian batsman.
No, I don't. I think he's very selfish.
Then you know
Very
can't great
good
and selfish, man.
Very good batsman, but very selfish. And last but not least, I keep hearing some person come and know you will feel someone and touch your heart chest thing first. So that's
You wait till that.
But last and not least, I hear some of the callers, them don't know about racing. They just talk about it, but they don't know about racing. For example, I heard one man come and tell us Milligram was a filly. Was not a filly, was a colt. I heard one man come and tell her about the breeding, which is the owner of the mare who is actually a breeder of the horse. And last but not least, I hear a man talking about strength and Emilio Rodriguez. Strength plays a pivotal role in horse riding, because if you observe, a horse that the head of the horse is flat out cover a greater distance than a horse that the head is up in the air. As a jockey, you must be able to time the race, especially in tight finishes, where you can flat out the horse head just in time to hit the line ahead of the other horse. And that is what Emilio was good at, in difference to Winston Griffith. So
Mark Watson.
Yeah.
The team I play. You need to call us Monday and give us some more of them things. Interesting.
Alright.
I never even did know about them part. Alright, there's something. QC be coming, but there's something I want your people listening to go to. It's on the Crick Info website. 2022. The title of the thing is Mayors and Cornwall take top spots in Smart Stats list. So I'm going to go feet and I may say them something here. And I'm reading from the third paragraph. Royals all-rounder Kyle Mayers was the MVP of the tournament. He put together stellar performances with bat and ball, scoring 366 runs and taking 8 wickets. According to ESPN's Crick Info Smart Stats, which takes into account not just the runs scored and wickets taken, but also the match context and quality of those runs and wickets. Mayers had a total impact score of 669. He was comfortably in first place, ahead of his opening partner, Raheem Cornwall, who scored 242 runs and took 7 wickets. Mayers started the tournament exceptionally well. Cornwall had the second highest impact in the tournament after contributing with bat and ball in critical junctures. His 91 from 54 balls with 11 sixes in qualifier 1 helped Royals go past the Ghana Amazon Warriors comfortably. And the rest I can't read. So not me, but a Crick Info site is stating that Cornwall was the second most impactful player in the CPL.
I hope the IPL people can look at him.
All me I said, a man where listen, me read no,
yes.
me done.
So IPL people see the man there, give the man a contract. We now give some little man in the front.
I finished.
Give him a contract. Big Bash, call Cornwall.
QC.
Hello?
Yeah.
QC.
Zidane and Orville. I want to go on, Papa. You know, somebody have bag walk a while ago, drive got Magra school, which angels from the call.
No,
is that man really complain?
You're a very fast driver.
It's not like me buy credit. My phone's on street from 2003. It's not playing, but me I say, brother, you feel like what you do a while ago with the stuff you do a while ago.
Yeah.
And that what I love so no do when you don't have one call up on the line.
Yeah, me understand.
I believe we should have a topic cap, no man but jump from cricket to football to horse racing. You got topic cap, brother. When a man call, sometimes I see a man call and say, boy, you know, so this him take an argument and him say, I know this me come to talk about. And wait for next man time we are all and final.
No, man. Use your time wisely.
No, you know me not talk about no Zidane. Me, I say Cornwall that 203. Ne? I don't know if you can recall that time when me come on the radio and say Brian Lara. See if somebody could give a topic cap, no man but jump from cricket to football to horse racing. The program need a topic cap, brother. When a man call, sometimes I see a man call and say, boy, you know, so this him take an argument and him say, I know this me come to talk about. And wait for next man time we are all and final.
No, man. Use your time wisely, QC.
No, you know me not talk about no Zidane. Me, I say Cornwall that 203. Ne? I don't know if you can recall that time when me come on the radio and say Brian Lara. See if somebody could give the ball and we just play 3 test match. You remember that time there?
Yeah.
and Brian Lara makes 501 and everybody get a whole heap of ratings and they never take into consideration the bowling. So I say why Cornwall 203 is an issue in Zidane? And like you say, I don't look a Corey bowl, like I must look a Corey.
No, but that was a first class game though with Brian Lara.
Yeah, I understand that, but what I say, no matter if I Jackson play,
you can't bowl
200 or 200.
You can't no hold on QC. You can't bowl 20 overs to one person, my boss, and it's not even 20 overs in face. And the man make 200, my boss. There must be some Curry goat, less than Curry goat bowlers.
How long it take Brian Lara to make 5? But that was the point I was making.
No, but Brian Lara had time.
I swear said the bowling line of Brian Lara.
No, but fine.
Yeah,
but fine. But at least Brian Lara had time to deliver, my boss. So you can say Brian Lara is an elite player. I give him a lot of time, a lot of balls. He can make 400, 500 runs.
No, but Zidane, but what I'm saying, people argue that these same bowlers play against batsmen and them never make 500.
200 hard for making a test cricket, you know, when you have time in a QC. If you make a man make 200 against you in a T20, my boss, you're worthless.
Me not go with, but me I say, what I'm saying is that
that's like a man scored 10 goals in a one game.
What me I say, the 500 runs make a man say, enough people play against the same bowler and never make 500. We can argue. Deigo done say me a Orville disciple already. Yes, Deigo be a Orville disciple. When me in a first farm, Orville in a fourth farm. So me a Orville disciple. So is that what I say is that a lot of people play against them same bowling and don't make 200.
A lot of people like who?
The rest of people we are playing in the league.
No, but the top player playing that league, my boss.
What do you mean the top player playing in the league with that?
Which top player playing in the league?
I'm going to send the list. In a group of the man who send some man come give me we are playing in the league. I'm going to see me find it back.
Yes. All right.
But do nothing, brother. Is that 200 or 200? Although me said when I go out Orville still, but me say the field is not all that big still.
No, hey, are you named Stephen Taylor playing at the game? You know Stephen Taylor will play for Jamaica sometimes.
Stephen Taylor. I play for Albert. He play for Albert and
he play for the US team as well. So
and he play for Jamaica.
And he play for Jamaica sometimes. While Cornwall was making the 200, he must make 50. So me WhatsApp him and say what kind of bowling? He not reply it. But me not think it's not special bowling. But 200, that's sustained hitting.
I give man a call still. Come on, the quality bowling sometimes you have to put in consideration when Lara them make 500 just the same. Yeah. And we can't demerit that.
Me not take the bowling special, but me think you have to have something about you to make 200 from 70 yard ball in any competitive cricket.
Next man a try. We at long still.
Big up QC.
QC, if you jog some people could have scratch 50 down at that league, them about.
I think I might can make a money with that.
Yeah, big up.
Countryman. Well, we have to start call you town man now.
Orville.
What you say?
You know Cornwall personal?
I've met him once.
Boy, him better have a nice little package shade because I want to get it. Yeah, try to elevate him.
No, countryman. Me say the Crick Info says he was the second most impactful player in the tournament. Yeah. I didn't even know that, you know.
Okay.
But and I didn't even realize
is that a fact?
No, man, it's just
okay.
Country, yes.
Okay.
We work with country.
Why would I repeat that like there's some fact? Some people give some opinion, crunch some numbers and give opinion and say he was the second most impactful cricketer. It's not a fact.
Well, he was bowling though, which I didn't think he was. Where you say country?
This is interesting. Anyhow, the baseball, I see a thing happening in the baseball in what affects Diego's player, Barry Bonds.
Yes.
The season just finished, right? I'm going to say it's very interesting. I keep scratching my head over it, right? Barry Bonds has the record for the single season for 73 home runs in the season, right?
Yes.
I think behind him was Mark Maguire and Sammy Sosa.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, Aaron Judge from the Yankees,
yes,
he hit 62 home runs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has his record now as the mark of the season because of the mere fact that those three gentlemen above him
test is positive for...
No, not, but they're attached to PEDs.
Okay, yes.
And what it makes it ironic is that if under normal circumstances, if the records for those three gentlemen would have had them in the Hall of Fame, none of them is not in the Hall of Fame. They're the Baseball Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And I find it interesting how come, but even though, I think it's Uncle Maguire came out and said yes, he took PEDs. But with Bonds, it has. I think the only thing they had on him was that it was a perjury case or something to the effect. But in terms of actually saying, he tested positive for PEDs, no. But yet still, the look as if the mark what they're going to be using now to say that this is the mark for the single season, it would be the 62 where Judge have. And I find it, also ironic. You understand? Because they're never going to acknowledge like Bonds is because of what he was they thought he had done. They were not going to give him the accolades. But at the same time, all of it now, the people are coming out and say, boy, what Judge did was this is in fact the true mark that you're going to be using going forward. And I think that's how I think when Bonds hit the 73, his the ball went for like I think $500 and something thousand when it was sold. And this judge knows somebody offering $2 million for this ball presently at the moment. I'm never find a laugh. But I remember when Lance Armstrong came out, and Deigo was always saying, when you always hear us saying that Lance Armstrong's record wasn't good because he was affiliated with the PEDs.
Yeah.
Orville kept telling him that if he had proof then, and he said no, everybody knows him affected. He was with he had done the PEDs. Orville said no, you have to have proof, and it's only after over a couple of years after that he actually came out and said that yes, he was using PEDs. So I wonder if the same thing is going to come out with Bonds eventually, like over a couple of years from now, because soon he can't get back in the Hall of Fame. Well, he has another chance to go in at the Hall of Fame from to another chance to get it.
I doubt they're going to put him into it.
I doubt it as well, Zidane. But I'm looking to see if then he will actually come out and say, yeah, I did PEDs back in the day or whatever. But it's interesting to see what is happening.
How likely is that?
You mean for him to get...
For him to come out and admit that?
But you see, owing to the fact that no, because like when you get into all of him, that they know the monetary value and your thing gone up.
We're right on the break, country, and you're not call for a while. We give you a minute and a half
after. Okay, cool.
Hold up.
Yeah, we're coming. All right, countryman.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
I think over 10 years, you see, all three of them went up to try to get into the Hall of Fame over 10 years span, and none of them did. So I think December now, I think Bonds going to go before, I think that the era committee, I think this is the only chance he have, and that is because the Sports Writers Association is the one that would have voted him in. Now this one, now the era committee is the only chance he has to see if whether or not he'll be able to get in. But I doubt if them going to go against what the Sports Writers Association did not do and send him in because of what is how the cloud is over his
man. Too many are strongly against him going in. I don't think it will happen.
I share the sentiments with you in respect to that. So you say Sunday you and you're very. I say the score is.
It's 3-1. We are getting a look aside of Liverpool.
Interesting. Let's see. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself, country.
Cool.
All right, Prince Green.
Come on, then.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
Prince Green. Big up.
Anyway, what the man them have against Cornwall? Because I don't see nothing wrong if you call for the man for company team in the car. Better never all-rounder, whether I'm a bowler after 9 assists, where average 20, don't have a batsman where average 21 and can't give me nothing with the bowling, because at least we have option. If you say I use 5 or 6 of the bowler, and you're not using, at some point in the future, it's all good if you have option where you can say, all right, we're going to turn to the man here, we're going to turn to the next man. You get where I come from?
All right, I get where you come from, but what difference do you think it will make?
Oh, jeez. You just my boss.
No, so me can't ask you one little question.
Let me tell you what difference it will make. You have a man that can't bowl on a tar, right?
No. Then the West Indies, you want to help me, boss?
I explain it to you. Yeah. You have ball against like Australia. Australia kill you with batting, right?
Yes.
I have the same 5 bowler them I use over and over, and I kill them with batting. If you have another option, you have another 2 bowler you can bring out fresh. You can come do something different and probably take a wicket. You understand? Can bring a psychological.
Is that like a plaster?
Come on and take a couple wickets.
Is that like a plaster you want to put over one big cut, my boss? And it's not a great plaster either. So,
no, man, not because West Indies not good, no mean say enough to try, my boss.
No, who say enough to try? They don't try, the people they might try.
Anyways, that's it.
Me don't understand the big deal. It's not like yes.
That's why me say from day one.
So let me ask you a question. You have a serious issue. Hold on, Prince. You have a serious issue with Fabian Allen not being in the team. You have a major issue.
Now what issue with Fabian Allen not being?
But it's not a major issue. But there you go. It's not a major issue, and I'm sure if you're objective,
it's not a major issue. But it's not every issue that comes on the radio.
But I'm saying to you, Prince Green, Fabian Allen must be seen as a better option than Biggs. And nobody now tear down the door for Fabian Allen in the boss. The man, them similar in terms of them strike rate and them average. Fabian Allen is not much better fielder. And Fabian Allen just shows his quality as a bowler not so long ago in the final. And he's not in the team.
Anyway, you go with your what about this? Anyway, what I say now?
Yes.
For racer. When name again, Mark Watson correct, you know, right? Strength does play a role. I don't understand how people can say strength not play a role with a jockey. Come on. You see, fitness and strength play a major role. You see, if you have two halves that come down with similar quality and half a Furlong leave, right? One jockey not fit in the condition, the next jockey fit like a fiddle. Because you see yesterday, to run around the track and it's a big track every morning, right? The man that is fit. One jockey fit and the next one when not fit. The one that not fit in now going to be able to provide an assistant in mount.
Speak to us about the strength factor.
With the strength, and the fitness, right? Remember, say, if you are tired, you won't be able to give him assistance, You have a tired ass now, So end up to start pilot the ass is no longer a bicycle. Because sometimes you don't pass on bicycle, Like if a man ride, she's a man eater. Most of the time, she's a man eater as a bicycle. Atomica right now is a bicycle, you don't really need to do nothing. But some ass require assistance. You understand where I come from?
How does me being stronger than you mean that I give the horse more assistance than you? Help me understand that.
Alright, when I say stronger than you, when I talk about where you have a little more strength, when I talk about overall where somebody really strong, like say, a jockey have to explain it better, You understand where I come from?
Yeah, because I'm listening to the strength argument.
You can ask a jockey to explain it better, but from a layman perspective, when the ass tired, right? It's sometimes going to require your strength to start right the ass, because the ass tired and now know where you're going.
I'm not sure you explain it.
That's
well
enough.
After
a jockey explain it better. You get where I come from? And the next thing too, because me in a week, I couldn't believe that somebody said for the radio, the two of you there,
what?
And no, call him out, Pete. When a man say, are the colt responsible for the breeding? Come on, man, are the mare, the one that carry the ass in the belly. You understand? So whoever own the one that carry the ass in the belly is the breeder. Okay. You get where I come from? The stallion, all him do is just provide feed, whatever, and the breeder is the one who have to take care of the mare for 13 months, 12 months, 11 months, however long it takes.
The male horse that does the breeding that they call the sire, he doesn't have anything to do with the quality of the horse.
Yeah, man, but what about the owner of the mare is the one that is actually the breeder, not the owner of the colt. You get where I come from?
Okay.
Because remember, the owner of the mare is the one who have to go take care of the mare.
Yeah, man, I know what you mean. You know what you mean.
Yeah, man, so he have to do the hard work. The other man just provide what he need to provide.
Yes.
Oh, all right.
You get what I say?
Yes.
Yeah, man, so just that. Hey, who not kind of man in cup? Because shape up well, and yeah, some team have surprised me. Me have some people say campaign have surprised them, but they have a good coach over there, and I think assistant coach.
Yeah, they have a program. They have an academy.
Yeah, man, they have a program. Because I see the program.
The school, yes.
They never do that bad in a Pepsi last year. I think in a Pepsi, of course, they come out of the first one.
Yeah, man. They're playing some nice, decent football. And
the defense good, and people are come say, boy, I choose them in on a group. Because from people say, them second of them group, and KT are struggling, them say the group weak. But I think I weak the group weak.
No, man, that is one of the better groups, actually, in Manning Cup.
Yeah, because I think the group weak. I have 4 decent teams.
That is one of the strongest groups in the entire schoolboy football.
Yeah.
Me like JC, but I haven't seen Mona.
Zidane, if the Camper don't know, Camper is a good team, but mentally something not right with
them. Them in
team,
discipline, man. They have quality, but them in discipline, my boss.
Yeah, because even the goal with them that said the ball come out.
Them stop playing, my boss. Joke thing.
The man them just stop playing when they actually come out, because the debatable where they come out. Because somebody will there the match and tell me say they not think the ball will come out, but the linesman never there in a position. So yes, the linesman that has when the wrong, never in a position, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but when the ball come out, you say the ball come out, and you stop playing?
No, you can't stop playing, my boss. Yeah.
Whether you like the referee's decision or not, you have to just play, man.
No, man, you have to be mentally stronger than that, man. You can't make one division ruin the whole season. Because they beat Mona yesterday, them could have got through,
Yeah, because they could be one of the better third place team.
Yeah, and them are 3 more matches well left for them can win and get 9 points. So that would be 12 points for them to beat more.
Is it 3? I think it's 4 more games them have, you know.
No, man, a 3 match, man.
Oh, after yesterday, they've gone 7.
Yeah, I think so. If memory serves me right, after yesterday, them got supposed to go on 7. Hold on, let me check quickly there. Check quickly. Anyway, time
yeah, man, you can message me and tell me.
Yeah, man, me message you and tell you.
All right.
Yeah.
Big up.
All right, Prince Green.
All right, who we have now? Baggio the Grape.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, man.
Yes, the Grape.
Yes.
Zidane.
Yes, sir.
What about, man?
I'm here, sir.
Just like everybody else, you know, when I call this show, where I take on arguments on point, I bring argument on point to this thing. You understand? I either agree or disagree with the host or caller. No, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So, I don't understand it to a man of a ball when people take him on. Anyhow, San Diego, my Spanish town and some neighbor. Yesterday, and San Diego, you know, that's full as on the thing, you know, I will sent, you know. So when you hear him never the answer yesterday, Harvey knows why. You understand? And what you did yesterday, San Diego, was a master class in giving back Harvey a voice. But guess what? The word that you came on the ear and explained to the massive and the crew was not the word that was in question. You explain, you give definition of the word snap. Full stop, that's a snap. The word in question and the word that is being debated is snapshot. Snapshot. And because me can test Orville in English and me don't tell me whatever, so I send the word to Zidane Matthews. People in me girl now, and Zidane go to Donovan, right? Right?
Yes, my boss.
Big school that. Be an Valley. So I send the word to Zidane. Snapshot. Mr. Zidane Matthews, could you please read the definition, one of the definitions of that word for us, please?
All right. Let me find my phone. Oh. All right, let's see. Baggio the Great. Now, where's Baggio?
Yes, sir.
All right, we're coming.
I can read it now, but I wanted to read it.
All right, let me see. Well, Baggio not easy, you know. All right, in the context of what we're discussing.
Yes.
A snapshot is a shot in soccer or hockey taken quickly with little backlift.
With little what?
Little backlift.
In
soccer or hockey taken quickly with a little backlift.
And the Americans call football soccer, right, sir?
Yes.
Right. And Mr. Higgins says that a player take a snapshot, San Diego and the rest of the people, from 40 yards out with little or no backlift and score a goal. Zidane,
yes.
You have been watching football over the years, sir. You understand? Have you ever seen?
Never seen a snapshot from.
I don't ask the question.
No, but I've never seen a snapshot from 40 yards up, my boss. And I was trying to say it yesterday, but I never wanted to get into the argument.
You never wanted to get to the argument?
No.
Okay. So what San Diego did yesterday was a great job
I think what San Diego did was talk about one. What he did was talk about one aspect of what is a snapshot, which is sudden.
Right. Yeah,
but it's not sudden alone. It speaks to the
in football,
little backlift or none.
Says little backlift or none.
Me never see a man score a 40 yard snapshot yet in my life, or attempt one. Every shot that I've seen attempted from 40 yards, me know the shot that got take.
You know the shot.
I'm listening to the two of them. Let me just say one thing. There's snapshot, one word, and there's a snapshot, 2 words. I have nothing more to say.
Could you please read the dictionary definition?
Hold the line.
I am saying there's snapshot, 1 word, and there's a snapshot, 2 separate words. I'll leave it at that.
We're coming back, Baggio. We're coming back after the break. Attempting football from 40 yards out, we expect the shot.
Mr. Higgins said, Mr. Matthews said, this seems like what I'm saying. I don't understand,
So I've never seen a sudden shot taken from 40 yards, Baggio.
Okay.
Every game that I watch and the shot is taken from 40 yards, you realize that the player was going to hit the shot towards goal.
Maybe Mr. Higgins was taking a nap at the time when he was doing commentary. And when he brought me my him to the snapshot, because we have never seen that, sir. You understand? So we don't know where you get that from, sir. You understand?
You're going to argue with me about the meaning of snapshot now, Baggio?
No, it's not me. It's Zidane Matthews. Oh. I don't know. Zidane Matthews, I said that a while ago. Not me.
There's a term in hunting, for example, is it? That you can take a shot, a snapshot.
To me or Mr. Matthews?
I'm talking to the public of Jamaica.
Oh, the public. Okay.
I've given up on you.
Can you print a single
that you can
by Longhorn?
That you can take.
We're talking about soccer. You're doing a soccer game, so don't give it nothing more unless it's a soccer game.
No, I can't. No,
you can't do nothing. The thing
I'll make the point after you go.
No, you can make the point after.
What is the meaning of snapshot in football, in the context that you were using, in the commentary?
A snapshot can be used differently, depending on the context. Now, a snapshot can be used as one word, and there's a snap. A shot that, for want of a better term, a shot. That is snap. Now there's a term in hunting.
No man, I'm asking when you were describing the situation.
I don't even remember because I haven't listened back to the tape. But you can take a snapshot in football.
Yes, that's the problem now in Baggio. You don't even remember what he was talking about.
But I'm saying if I say the man took a snapshot, you take a snapshot.
What happened to me is that I know the meaning. I don't know.
Baggio, didn't you see the goal? You weren't you at the game, Baggio?
No, he wasn't at the game.
Baggio was at the game.
No.
Baggio, hold on, man. You just be honest when reading the Baggio. Baggio, you were at the game and you saw the goal.
He was?
Yes, he was.
Oh, I didn't.
Guy he called me and told me the score, and I said, Baggio, I'm listening to the radio, so you don't have to call me.
The press was giving the ball.
So people, Baggio was at the game, so that's why Baggio sold so firm on him discussion. So him see the goal.
The press was giving the ball, Barty.
And him line up the kick.
I line up the kick, brother.
So there was no snap. Whether it's a snap with the shot or the snap without the shot.
I snap without the shot. You understand?
All right.
Mr. Higgins.
Can I say something now?
No, when you're going to say something, sir, you must say, put up your hand and let me acknowledge you and you can say something.
All right. When you come off the ear public figure, I'll make a comment. There's a term.
Right. Mr. Higgins, you're talking about football, Mr. Higgins.
No, but I don't have to.
Hold on. No. You're Mr. Higgins. You don't.
We can't move on, Cat. Yeah, man. Cats are move on. It's time. All right, give me next. One J. All
right, no.
Music. All right, Baggio. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, big up yourself, Baggio the Great.
All right, who we have? 1JL.
1JL.
May I hear a thing, but it low.
We're not hearing 1JL at all there.
All right, hello.
Yeah, 1JL, yeah.
Yes.
Afternoon, Orville.
Good afternoon.
Boy, Orville.
Yes.
Boy, so you know, so you not remember well. Because one, you should have remember, say, voting at the year soon coming on, man. So what you did there, that's it. Because most of the man have a motive, you know, through the voting things soon start, so you have to go on with them things.
People, Baggio want to discuss, want to have a verbal war on the radio about the meaning of words. Now, the point I was trying to make to him, but he wouldn't give me the chance, is that sportsmen, I don't even remember when I said it and what I said it.
It was said for one of the goals.
But terms are used interchangeable from sport to sport. So, for example, I say, there's a term in golf where they say you chipped it over the greens. You know that term there? You chip over the greens.
Yeah.
I would have used that term in cricket before. A man chipped down the wicket and I said, boy, he came down and chipped the ball over the top or chip over the greens. It happens. Now, the point I was trying to make to the public figure is that there's a term in hunting called a snapshot, which is a quick shot taken without deliberate aim. It's like you just take a shot. But, and I was also trying to explain to the public figure that there's a difference between the term snapshot, one word, and a snap shot.
Okay.
But listen, man, you know what it's about. I know what it's about. So make me leave it.
But to be fair, in a J1, you know, Baggio is not like this for the entire year, though. It's not just this time of the year, though, to be fair to Baggio.
It has gotten worse in the last.
No, but you come on more hard in the final quarter. You know, like
he wasn't like this in January.
Because I remember the next month of November, you know, and then that month there.
Leave it, that's some of us. Leave it.
Let it wear.
I never talk
about. What more to ask you? There's a cricket man, Orville.
Yeah.
Me have come to that this morning. What determines if a batsman come forward or
go back?
Right, or go back?
Usually length. the fuller the ball, the closer the ball is to the batsman on pitching. The rule of thumb is that those balls you come forward. The shorter the ball in length, the further away from the batsman it pitches, then those are the ones you tend to go back to. What
so now that me I said to the man, and the man I said like the condition of the pitch determines that. I me say, no, me not think so because it depends on how the man bowl the ball, you know. Depends on where the ball pitch, you know. So me not think a pitcher not to do with that. The pitcher not to do with that.
Maybe because the pitch bouncy. So if it's predetermined that the pitch has a lot of bounce tonight, then the man going to be generally on the back foot. So maybe I'm talking from that context.
So if the pitch bounces it on,
yes,
if me a bowl beer half value, what the man a go do?
Well, there
come forward or backward. Well, like him a go this side.
I'm going to cover driver, so I'm going to come to the front foot.
Right. So therefore the
yeah, man, at the delivery.
Depends on where the pitch.
At the delivery for the most
part. The ball drop.
Yeah, at the delivery, yes.
Yeah.
Generally length.
Yes, the length of the delivery.
Yeah.
Length is what determines front or back.
Yeah, then that me answer to the man. Yeah, so the next thing again, but Cornwall knows Zidane. Boy, Zidane, you know, so if Cornwall was a Jamaican, like, you wouldn't get so much licks for him,
no? No, that's not the reason why Cornwall get so much licks, you know.
Is him wait, my boss?
Cornwall is getting licks on a Jamaican radio station for two main reasons. One, he doesn't look like the typical cricketer.
Yeah, exactly.
And there are a lot of people who feel he doesn't fit the prototype of how a cricketer should look.
Right.
That's half of the reason. The other half of the reason is because Orville Higgins is back in Cornwall. So you know what that.
Me not agree with that because before even you start defending Cornwall, people are complaining about this man a big and fat, man I play cricket. So me not think because you have anything to do with it.
Boy, but me I said to a man on the page last night, like a man I said, boy, well him fitness. Yeah, me know him fitness, yes. But what me I look for? Runs me I look for, you know? Runs me I look for because if a man no fit and the man I make runs more enough of them where them a pick.
No, him not make no whole runs. Him not make no whole runs than the one who are pick.
No, but give him chance, no? Give him chance. Because me I said to the man, say, no time. Me never hear a commentator say, well, boy, till you have one fitness to get fan two ball.
Then J1.
Runs the man are real say. The man always say you have too much runs to get for a ball and a runs can't all produce. But
J1, if you have 5 strikers, my boss, and them all give you 10 goals a game or 11, 10, 9. And the man decide to stick with 2. I don't know big difference that. I don't know big deal that, my boss. To come and cry on the radio station.
Yeah, I mean, no, but that's
mediocre. Because I'm not Jamaica, I'm not West Indies selectors alone as a Cornwall as a serious.
Me know, but if him not get the West Indies run because to prove up himself more.
Some of the players who you talk about Cornwall should be in a head of, you know. Them get contract over season in IPL and some big leagues, you know. So it's not the way.
They not because them get more chance.
But I'm saying the West Indies cricket selectors are not doing anything strange. Other people from other parts of the road who want to win cricket match. No see Cornwall as a serious T20 player.
No, but if Cornwall get more as a run to prove himself.
The man for lose the weight, my boss, man. And be more agile in the field. Be more agile in the field, man, if you want to quick, fast.
Yeah, man, losing weight.
Yeah, man. That's what I tell Cornwall.
Yeah, because here all a man all say, boy, which part on the field am I going to put him? Then the man just done the CPL look well. So which part on the field him did that?
No, apparently when him started, I feel he was in the stand.
No, but what I'm saying to you, J1,
like a monster.
If him get called, him get called. If him don't get called because him can't feel my boss, you have to just work with that. I don't say it. I'm not a big cricketer, my boss. At CPL.
Yeah, I know, but at least give him chance. Like that, me I say. Yeah, man, anyway, all right. Big up on yourself, man.
Big up.
Cool. Yeah,
we'll take a break. We're coming back. Who we have now, Cat? Omar from St. Thomas.
Yo, Omar.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Yeah, man, not too bad. Zidane.
Yes, sir.
May I hear you correctly?
What do you mean?
If you man watch so much football, you can tell me every shot where you see, you know, the man that take a shot.
No, I never said that, my boss. You're really not hearing me correctly.
Okay, all right, let me hear you.
I said I've never seen a snapshot taken from 40 yards in football.
And what is considered a snapshot again?
Limited backlift or none at all. And it hit quickly to catch the goalkeeper off guard.
All right, so I'm going to tell you about a player named Michael Anchard. He beat from
Remember, me never see it, you know. So you're yes. So no matter what you tell me, I'm not going to believe you, my boss. So that talk to Orville with that. I'm not going to believe you, my boss. Thank you, sir. Never see that in my life, my boss.
Well,
it's normal inside the 18-yard box or just outside. You remember Ronaldo in 2002 World Cup when he was dribbling?
Yeah, man.
And the Turkish goalkeeper was having a brilliant game of boss. They couldn't get past him. And Ronald just dribble and just juke it, no backlift. And the goalkeeper, they just dribble trickle past the goalkeeper. That sort of thing.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So between me and what was it? Because me have 1 6 Magnum, I don't know where I say.
About the game?
Yeah, man.
I beat to a little side. I don't want to take a little Magnum so easy.
You don't want to take a little Magnum? You can't do what I'm afraid to that. So you say you have Arsenal for win the game.
Yes.
And me have Liverpool for it. So we discussed that Monday then.
Yeah, man.
All right. For me still, I watch the Mona and Camperdown game. For some reason it popped up on my phone yesterday. The Sports Max thingy. I'm tuning into the game.
Yes.
I watch every minute of the game. And it reminds me of something that I learned from back then. And if I have a corner league team where I go run, or I get a big for run a team,
yes.
When I go to training, the first thing I tell my players, listen, no player argue with the referee. Referee decisions are always final. Because in my time of playing, being an assistant coach, being a coach, wherever position, I have never yet seen a player argue with a referee and the referee changes his decision to fit them.
The players weren't the one that were arguing yesterday doing it.
No, man, I understand enough.
Yeah.
No. As I said before, I always tell my players this.
Yes.
If you are coming to play corner league for me, if you argue with the referee, you have to pay your own card, and you are suspended for a game. So I tell all of my players this right across the board. I have had the pleasure to meet Mr. Butler to coach against him, and I had played for Donovan Lofters. Butter?
Yes.
Camperdown coach?
Yeah?
Definitely, yes. Yeah, man, he was the Guardsman group of company coach,
Yeah.
Playing business house, Cassava business house. Yeah, man, and I played for him. But I understand him, and I always tell him this as my coach. Listen, you can't mix up passion and arrogance in number one.
The man they wanted the victory, but they were upset. They thought they were in position, and that goal kind of changed the momentum of the game.
Yes, but Zidane, we learned this from primary school. You never stop playing until the final with my boss.
But in his post-game interview, he talked about the ref and the ref, them poor decision. He probably going to get a fine or something.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So for me, I think him sent the wrong message because the game wasn't even over. Yeah?
Yes.
The game was a 3-all, I remember.
Yeah, but it felt as if now that they have pegged the back 3-3, that Mona with the momentum and the better players would eventually get the next
goal.
Yeah,
because that is the thing. And I think on his part, he blundered because he have Gilzine being wide and all the Mona defense was doing was staying between the Gilzine and the passer and come and intercept that ball all the while. I think the number 9 never had any help at all.
Yes.
And Tampa don't have some good enough players.
Yeah, man. They have talented youngsters.
But to be
it's a tough group, It's a tough group,
Yeah,
Heidel, decent little team. Mona good team with weight. Yeah.
The Mona team a nice team because and guess what? They play to their system. You see the player will play for the outside, right? Every time him out there, him always open for the ball,
Yes.
And him just whip them in. Him just whip them in and get the other player, the goal scorer, the chances because him realize they are taller than the Camperdown players. So them are going to have the advantage within the box. So I think the coach needed to just understand that, listen, the call go against us, the team need me now. Because these are youngsters,
I think I talked to that same coach on TV a few nights now. And I'm sure on other occasions he will tell the players, play the whistle. You have to set the tone. I was disappointed.
Yeah, man, I was disappointed. Yeah. I'm telling somebody who me know good, but guess what? Him have that about him, do Orville.
Yeah, but you can't ask players to play the whistle and respect the referee's decision if you as a coach not doing the same thing.
My point, exactly.
That is just, especially on a borderline call like that, And even if it wasn't, you live with it, man.
You understand? Because you know the referee, because you have man I watch VAR, man I watch TV, and
I still get it wrong. Yeah. But anyway, we're on the same page with that.
Yeah, man,
and I'm sure maybe when the coach calmed down, him probably will tell us, boy, I behave a little bit too, in colloquial words, a little bit too strong.
Yeah, man, he did, man, because you see, even the fans, them are jeer him when he come out as well.
Believe it, so we have some others here.
All right, my boss. Yeah, man, have a good one.
Yeah, man, cool.
All right, shipping port.
What's on?
What?
Yeah, man. Zidane Matthews.
Yes.
Are you now an elite?
What you say?
Are you now a member of the elite?
What elite?
The elite crew, we call the program.
We discuss sports when I read them, boss, man.
The reason I ask you that, because you used to beat up Baggio. If a sudden Baggio can't say nothing wrong, I say Baggio wrong, you know. But me just say, oh, Zidane just changed.
I've changed.
Yeah, one time you used to take on Baggio, take a lick, first of you know.
But Baggio not pressure.
You think of fear still, you know. You just jump on the inside, you know.
Okay.
So accept defeat. Move on. Mr. Zidane, remember you challenged me when I had a schoolboy football king according to him. I have a question for you. And it's not a tricky question, because me and a brethren discussed this at JC game yesterday. And he claimed,
Go ahead now, continue.
JC came to Portmore to play Cedar Grove. And a brethren, in the crowd, and me and him start a discussion. Me don't know him, it's a JC man. And Alfred Henry, remember the JC coach? I think he won 2 titles with them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned something that Alfred Henry was suspended by ISA for a year. And the person who said he was a player, won 2 titles with JC during that time, said he wasn't suspended. Wasn't Alfred Henry suspended for a year by ISA?
Yeah, man, he said it banned him for a year from coaching. I don't remember if a year or 2 years, but he was banned for a lengthy period, a very long period.
Regine, that's me no want to come on a program and say the brother I never play for GSD like when me did say the brother never go step. Me I leave the part out of it. But if you're a player and an instrumental player, a very important player according to the guy, I'm not a liar telling a Regine. Because much of season you could be right. And also a national player too. Oh, you never know Alfred Henry was suspended while you were playing for a year.
Oh, he was banned from the bench.
Yep. He was banned
from the bench. Banned from the bench, you're banned for the
yeah, for a year. It's a ban him for a year.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, man. But the Brethren said no, at no point he was banned. I mean, I said, yeah, man, remember after some games earlier, Manning Cup game and the Walker Cup final against Wolmer's, Junior Flemings got a red card in that game also. And there was an outburst between him and the referee. And Issa brought it to their attention and he was banned for a year. But the Brethren are telling us not like that. Well, Brethren,
yeah, man, I remember the major outburst by Henry.
Brethren, you know, if you forget that, Brethren, if you say he was a player back then, you know, if you forget that, your coach was banned for 1 year.
Mm.
But we'll move forward to the boxing. Come here, the boxing thing, as the boxing king. But that thing, Trevor Berbick, if you want to get it, Trevor Berbick and Tyson, was it 86? I think that fight was.
I don't think it was 89. No, that think about it.
Remember, them time I watch what them did, but I start watch Tyson.
I think it was 85, 86 for real.
About 86 in that young Berbick.
Yeah, man. It's not 89.
You see the fight against Buster Douglas. Remember as a little youth I want to watch them, send me on my bed, you know. I sleep and everybody about Tyson lose, you know, as a little man, I couldn't watch it.
You wanted to watch sports and your parents would send it to sleep?
Yeah, man.
That's why you struggle so when you discuss sports, my boss, man. Because I was allowed to watch sport till late in the night, as long as it's sports.
No, man, my parents wasn't like that, man.
That's why you reason the That's why you struggle for reason the sports at that.
Yeah, maybe that's why I struggle for beat us, so with me always come out on the victorious side.
But, well, on it. You know, Sir Whisper scored 2 goals again the other day.
What does that make him a new player?
No. Well, all I'm saying, you know, is he cannot be an average schoolboy footballer. Average schoolboy footballer don't operate at this level, boss. So even if you don't want to say me,
you tell me what type of footballer.
He's a very good schoolboy footballer thus far.
Thus far.
Yes. We might tell the same brilliant next come second round.
Well, let's see. I went and I watched and I couldn't tell who this Whisper person was. So
the goal him score against Calabar.
He could be a good player, but not an exceptional player.
The goal him score against Calabar, it was an exceptional goal, my boss. If I them start a goal, they must score.
Zidane, anybody can score exceptional goal.
No, I'm saying if he does them, if he scores exceptional goals at the schoolboy level consistently, then he cannot be an average player.
Yeah, man, he's an average player, man. And you go see it, though.
Boy.
Maybe a little above average, but...
Mr. you they got Aston Villa. Hold on. I said that you they go to Aston Villa, my boss, and play against Aston Villa U team and score some brilliant goals as well.
You know? All right.
Is that a normal youngster they said you're describing as an average youth, you know, my boss?
I don't like disrespect Jamaican footballer. It's when you say them not good and them thing, the brother, them thing that hurt me, that's why I come defend Jonah Fleming. And I don't want to disrespect and say he's not a good player, but he's not exceptional. So KCP and the family them out there is a good player, but he's not an exceptional.
Oh, so you move from average to good.
Because I'm not going to disrespect Jamaica. I rate every Jamaican footballer. But I just overrate him and jump down.
Me overrate him?
The wickedest thing.
I never said any such thing. No. I never said any such thing. Nice try, shipping board.
A good player. I'm touch boxing back then. All right. My top heavyweight back then, and the person who bring it up, I don't remember because I never hear the whole of the program. Them time there. But I've been asking about this Virginia from down a Montego Bay up in a hill. The boxer Virgin there. The
Nicholas.
Yeah, but we need to find out what's going with him. Because for him flapping another fight there, which we know what caused it, he got change management because of bad decision, poor decision, And that caused him to change management and that mess up in career. But Axman would have loved to see a rise again. 1 year, one for no. So Zidane don't find somebody who know him, they could know what's going on with the Axman. When Axman used to chat, man get chopped.
I like him drop off for the map.
Yeah, man. Lomachenko kind of knocky, never prepared for that fight. The man throwing out the towel.
All right.
Back then.
You're still thinking he can make a comeback? Axman is 36 now,
Yeah, man. Before you go, my FVS ties him with the rate, but when you really narrate down, the man with the job will keep you. Couldn't come close to him. Leonard Stone. Them job, they keep you away the best job in the business.
All right, sir.
Yeah, man. I'll leave it there.
Yeah.
We're coming back.
All right, Rollington Town. Rollington.
Hello.
What's up?
Why, what's up, Orville?
There, man. There.
The phone thing giving a problem from the other day, Anytime it switched over to you, it just cut.
Oh.
I don't know. Definitely not my phone giving them problem, I don't know. Anyway, Orville.
Yes.
Still or not go?
Not bad, Rollington.
Yeah, man. Let me just say something about the boxing before I talk to cricket. Evan Holyfield, you see, is a former professional boxer who competed from 1984 to 2011. He reigned as the undisputed champion at cruiserweight. That means he varied between top middleweight and light heavyweight. That's where he was coming from.
Yeah.
In the late 1980s and at heavyweight in the early 1990s, and remains the only boxer in history to win the undisputed championship in 2 weight classes. But I believe that record might have been broken lower down in the boxing scales. I'm not too sure. I'm going to have to check it. But Holyfield would definitely be the top boxer in that period of time, from 1984 to 2011. Because remember, he had built up his weight from cruiser right up to heavyweight. So he had to be good, and his record, I think, don't really give him justice. You had 57 fights, not 44 wins,
10 losses,
and I think 10 losses.
Yeah.
But Holyfield, man, he was a very good boxer.
Yes.
I'll
tell you something, Arlington. I spoke to him maybe a few months ago. You see like how Ali.
Yes, I remember that.
You remember seeing it?
I remember that.
You said like how Allison has Parkinson's. I don't know if there's a disease.
All boxers
similar to Parkinson's. This man is shaking and slurring when him talking,
Yeah, man. All boxers.
After a while, develop that little something there.
Develop that problem. If you're not, well, probably Mayweather and them guys will get it because they retire early.
Yeah, probably.
You see, but all boxers suffer from that.
But when I saw him, man, and you could see he was still in reasonable physical condition. But the night when him come to the TV interview with me, the boss, he was slurring
I remember that.
He was shaking and things. And you wonder if it's worth it.
Well,
because he had people around him to ensure that him had even when he was
he
in the
made
studio.
some good money. I don't know how he invested.
Well, that again.
Because he didn't look to be the type that would, that throw away money.
Yeah.
Like people like Tyson who drive a car in the Bronx and just leave it. Them kind of way. Him seem as if a more sturdy kind of person. But
all right.
That is all it feels. Anyway, Orville, the cricket now.
Yes.
So what, I notice you're skillfully avoiding this argument, but I have to bring it. What do we do now? Do we drop Puran or what?
Why I'm struggling? Nothing you can drop
more
him
than
now,
struggling, Orville. The man has no confidence whatsoever.
No, him not the same. I don't know what happened.
I'm telling you, but I've been saying that from the beginning.
But you can't drop him at the stage, though. You can't.
No, you keep saying that it looks
drop
bad.
him as a captain or drop him as a player or both.
If you drop him as a player, you have to drop him as captain.
Yeah, they have to play, man. They have to play the world.
Where the problem. That's where I believe his problem lies.
You think it's the captaincy affecting him?
Yes, I think it's that of him. Other people will say no, it's more than that and all that kind of thing. But I think the captaincy is too much for him. Then you see the difference with Rodman Powell and
So how does captaincy get the better of Ravman? Oh well, unless you say one is Western's captaincy and one is Tallaw's captaincy. Different pressure, different level.
See, different pressure. So you can't.
But captaincy seems to have gotten the best out of Ravman. While the Western's captain. If the captaincy really are doing it, really are doing bad, boy.
We have seen Hetmeyer angle himself beautifully as a man who have the idea of how to lead a side, a winning side and all that. We won't bother go back over that because we don't know that what took place where that is concerned. And it went right up to the top.
Yeah.
You see?
Himself. Like a sadness in there, but he's lost his swag as a batsman.
Exactly.
And sometimes when that happens, it telegraphs to the bowlers who the minute you come, them just dunk on you.
And that is what he had going for him.
Yeah.
His batting.
Him not step with that confidence and that strut the way.
No. Because his confidence is down.
But make it obvious how him he still can bat. I think you just lose the talent where you did have overnight.
Listen, man, I'm not saying
maybe one or two good innings we kickstart him thing again.
Exactly.
Yeah, so good us at
we want to see him under less pressure.
And I saw him out last night, one man inside the circle on the leg side.
Look it straight.
Get a little shot seeded. Boom! Definitely to the man. Him look it hard too, Boy, it happens. It happens. It happens when not now go and feel them thing the way happen. But make us see now, Rollington. We have some others here.
All right, take care then.
Big up thyself. Good. All right, Tallist.
Yeah, it's Mr. again.
Yes, sir. I'm there.
Yeah, man, Zidane.
Bless up, Tallist.
Yeah, man. Second time I call, but I listen almost every day,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Not for calling, come here, listen this thing with the, Raheem Cornwall,
It's actually Raheem.
Yeah. Well, long time I watch cricket, man. Tell the whole truth. I the biggest cricketer biggest man never really see, I play cricket still.
You stop a cricket?
Huh?
Go on, continue.
Yeah, but if me was a man now, could I get close to Raheem, one advice would I give him still. I think him would have done better in the sport of track and field,
Oh.
I feel him would have done well either with the shot put or the discus or the amateur.
Yeah, man, that sort of people, that's general size of them people ever do them.
Yeah, man, kind of the size and him have height.
And him shoulders huge, my boss.
Yeah?
Him shoulders big, so you might have a point,
The man big and broad, man, and thing, man.
Yeah, man, and then you wouldn't have the issue about selection now, because you select yourself in those sort of things. So you're probably right. You should have been advising him long time, my boss.
Yeah, what may I say now, Mr. Orville?
Yes.
Like how it sounds like you can them more time. You know.
Well, Cornwall and I close to one or two, but I've spoken to Cornwall briefly, but it's not somebody I know like that.
Right, but would I really like somebody to advise him to take up the track and field thing, man. He would have do well. Feel him would have do well. I mean, know him would have do well.
Throwing the shot put and discuss is not just a matter of strength, you know. There's a lot of rhythm about it. And
well, over the period, you're going to learn the skills
and to take up the sport at this stage, you might not be successful. Again, when I speak to the people who do shot put and discuss, for example, I talked to Frederick Dakers on my podcast a few days ago, and I asked him that same question. You know. Him said a lot of people might not know how much is about rhythm.
Yeah,
it's about rhythm and technique. It's not just about being big and strong.
Strength, I understand, but over the period, he would have get.
But Frederick Dakers has been doing
whatever still, you know.
Frederick Dakers, for example, was our number one discuss. Sure, he has been doing that for years upon years to iron out the technique that has made him get to the level he's at. So I don't think he'll just get big and strong, go into a discus ring and just throw away the discus or throw the shot. But
that involves still, but other things. But why I just feel like him would have do well in that field.
But he's done fairly decent.
It's hard for him really getting at the West Indies team that, like, you know.
He's done fairly decent as a
track and all them things.
He's done better than a whole lot of people who slimmer than him. Cornwall has 200 on the first class wickets in them. How many people you know who take 200 on that first class wickets in regional cricket?
Yeah.
He's done a whole lot better than a whole lot of people who maga.
It's not saying it's not a good cricketer.
Well, if he's satisfied with
the size of beating.
But Carl, if he's satisfied with regional cricket, then so be it. Him continue. But he not going to play for the West Indies too often, remember. Especially in T20 cricket. You can't forget about that.
The size I beat him still.
I wouldn't pick him either, my boss.
When you say the size I beat him, what do you mean?
Yeah, true in size, man, and
pretty much you're saying if he was in physical good condition with the same record that he has now, he probably would like to be on the plane to Australia.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying. Yes, and I think so as well.
Yeah, I think so too.
No, the point I'm making though is that we're not to lose sight of the fact that as far as regional cricketers go, Rakeem Cornwall, me said 200, he's taken 354 first class wickets at 24 apiece. Here is one of the most successful bowlers in the region. 350 odd wickets at 24. Now, it doesn't make him the next Muriel Litheran, but he's had a very successful first class career. Now, I know a whole lot of bowlers who maga and fit who will not take 350 at first class wicket at 24 at least. Yeah. So while we advise Cornwall to go lose some weight and to go through a shot, what do we advise the others?
But the slim ones are
slimmer than them.
But the slim ones are getting into the West Indies. I think I'm missing the scholars point.
A lot of the slim ones will not get into the West Indies.
No, but Cornwall with his record should be in the West Indies team. And the scholar is saying that if he was not that size, he was likely to be on the plane to Australia.
That is my point. His size shouldn't stop him. His record should deter him.
And he might go have a problem most of the time to even get in a West Indies.
Well, guess what? He's played 9 test matches. I know a lot of people who will not play 9 test matches, who are far slimmer and fitter. It means that at some point, I know a lot of people who can't get into the CPL. I know a lot of people who he's doing okay. That means I would love to play. I would love to have Cornwall's cricket career. I'd be a much richer man in life.
I think Cornwall would have played more tests than that. Don't realize that it was that limited.
Well, man. If him really want to play cricket, he needs to lose some weight.
No, we're not going around that, you know. We're not going around.
He really need to lose some weight.
All
but in the meantime, would I really advise him, say, well, if him could have take up the sport at track and field, you know.
All right, sir.
All right, Tallist.
Yeah, man, and one more thing, Darcy. But you're there with that thing there where you say, the same Cornwall there and I mean Myers, ESPN, like ESPN have them as
Crickinfo.
1 or 2.
Crickinfo says that
the CPL was just
Myers was the most.
Brandon, our youth Brandon King, you know.
did have the most runs in the series.
Yeah, Brandon. Let's say Brandon had 2 of the top 5 most impactful games or individual performances, but Myers was the most impactful over the tournament, and the fat man who need to change was second.
Surprising still. The man who made the most runs, the feeling should have the.
All right, they were talking with both bat and ball, but we leave it as I know.
Yeah. All right,
Big up.
Take care. Yeah, man.
All right, Evangelist. Is he hearing? Oh, we'll read this first. As to when Mike Tyson won his first thing, on November 22, 1986, Tyson was given his first title fight against Trevor Berbick for the WBC Heavyweight Championship. Tyson won the title by TKO in the second round, and at the age of 20, that's 20 years, 4 months, became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. So it was at age in 86 when Tyson won his first title. And this is also something that Sean is bringing to the fore, that the former JC coach, Alfred Henry, was indeed banned for 1 year by ISA. His ban ran from Wednesday, November 28, 2012 to November 28, 2013. So confirmation of that. What are you saying now, Sean?
Oh, yes. After the outburst, he resigned officially, say he's done with schoolboy football. So then they had the disciplinary committee meeting and all of that, and was officially banned. He was banned for the year. So he basically was finished with it either way. So he knew what he was doing.
All right, Evangelist. Hello? Greetings and salutations.
Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. First things first. I don't know if the request I made was actually aired and I missed it in terms of the criteria for Sportsman and Woman of the Year. Was it done?
For Sean to provide the criteria. Sean, you can't find it? Yeah, but you keep listening. We'll try to get it out before the program does.
All right. Secondly, I was listening a while ago to the gentleman, and I'm saying switching, Raheem Cornwall, has he played for any other league in terms of, other than the Caribbean Premier League? Has he played for any other?
No, he hasn't played for any other big franchises.
No, not necessarily Jamaica, in terms of Indian Premier League or anywhere.
No.
And you said something a while ago. If you're making money while doing what he's doing now, there are players who still don't want to play for West Indies. So is the contention for him to break into the West Indies team? Is it that he wants to break in? Do we know that as a fact?
Then, of course he would want to play for the West Indies. Why not? And since he's not one of them who make money outside of the CPL, he would love to play for the West Indies. That's extra money. That's a given.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Where the suggestion is being made, and there's nothing really wrong with it, but I'm saying, so let's take up track and field. First thing, you have to have a love for the sport to go in it, Do people just enter in track and field because they're big? Do every tall person just take up basketball because they're tall?
No, it's not as basic as that.
Exactly. So if he's doing something now, and he's doing well at it, who are we now to be saying because him big? The better suggestion is what was used to end the talk a while ago, is to get himself to some level of fitness where he looks more of a representation of a cricketer. That, I mean, would be a better suggestion, because him taking up, because there's so much still required to do something. Discuss and shot put and all of that. It's not necessary, because I see persons built like Chris Gale and even smaller, representing other countries, who do that sport and are successful at it. I've seen a very short man jumping for China, who jumping, who totally, I think he went as far as 6 feet something. He was the top 3 at the World Championships. I don't know if any of you guys watched it. And he's just 5 foot something.
Yeah. That's a criteria showing us, Sean? Yes.
Yeah, man, so I'm saying this guy is not, and the man has had such an illustrious time so far. He's second most. That's a fact that you stated earlier about him being the second most effective in the CPL.
The second most impactful, according to some Cricinfo stats.
And despite his limitations as far as we are concerned.
Yeah, I think his 354 wickets is putting him close to the top of wicket takers for Leeward Islands in first class cricket as well.
At 24 apiece.
At 24 apiece.
My goodness, man. So we can only encourage him, and I do hope he's listening. and does what is, if it can be done, because I do know a young lady now who has a medical condition that the weight will not move. Short of a bypass or something, the weight will not move, and we don't know what he's predisposed to, what is his family history, etc., etc. Does anyone know how Rakim's family look, how his background is? Was he ever small? Could he have been built his entire...
I don't know his history. From what we know of him, from he came on the scene in 11, 12, he's always been a big guy, but he's always been a performer. His size hasn't stopped him from performing. Put it that way.
Exactly. I think you did an interview one time where you said, the gentleman, somebody came to the Caribbean, and the only person he wanted to bowl to him, I think you made that statement, was Rakim Cornwall. You remember that, Orville?
I think at one point there was a visiting team who said, yeah, they wanted him, but I can't remember the details of it.
Yeah, but from Indiana, White was one of the top batsmen in the world at the time.
I can't remember the details.
Yeah, well, the team is unnecessary, but the fact is, a world-renowned cricketer came here, and of all the persons who were available for him to work out at the time, he wanted Rakim to bowl to him because he said the variety, he could not pick him, and he wanted him. So I think we just encourage him and do all that we can to.
But let me tell you something, Dwayne.
Well, Orville, you're doing an excellent job of batting for him.
Let me tell you one of the things that I like about this guy. He doesn't allow public criticism of him to the track.
No.
He's very nonchalant, goes about his business, plays his cricket. He knows that there are people who aren't in his corner. It doesn't seem to affect him. And for that, yeah, man, he just goes about his business, does what he does, and I like that about it. Other lesser mortals would have crumbled under the pressure and give up the game long time.
So let us just continue to encourage him, because sometimes they have a tendency to want to tear down people. Let us build him up as much. If he breaks into it, well, I think you'll be his number one fan, because you've been batting well for him. And I think it may happen if he continues to perform well.
He's already. I wanted him to be given a chance, mainly at test level. He's done that.
Yes.
He has not been the next Mura Lutheran, but he's demonstrated that on his day, in his conditions, he can be a match winner. He has also proven a lot of people wrong, because he's been on the field, he did not drop down, he's competed in test cricket. He's not come off of the field because of his weight.
Yes.
Point proven as far as I'm concerned. Would I pick him now in our test match in the Caribbean? Probably not, though.
Yes.
Because I think that when the conditions are not ideal for spin bowling, he may struggle. But him deserve him chance just like anybody else. And then if it's him not cut it, then we pick somebody else.
Allow him to prove them wrong.
Allow him to get him chance. That's like how we allow the Maga people.
And chance upon chance. But gentlemen, thank you for your time. That's my 2 cents for today.
Leave it there, Evangelist.
God bless you. I put it here.
All right.
All right, the criteria now. Oh, Lord. Evangelist, if you're listening. Level 1. Distinguished achievement or honor earned at the level of the Olympic Games or at the level of any recognized world championships, which can be a comparison to the Olympic Games or to competitors who have achieved a record world standard in their sport or event during the review period. So that's the first thing that they look at. Level 2, distinguished achievement or honor earned at the Commonwealth or Pan American level in their sport during the review period. Level 3, distinguished achievement or honor earned at the CAC Games or at that level during the review period. And at level 4, distinguished achievement or honor earned at the local level in their sport during the review period. I hope you got that. All right, who we have now, Sean? All right, Sean says that there are some spaces. We're coming up to the music. So, Evangelist, I hope you got that and see what the people looking at.
Lofters, Camperdown coach after the break? Yes, wonderful.
Oh, interesting.
All right, we're coming back. We'll take a break. We have the Camperdown coach online, Mr. Donovan Lofters.
Sir Lofters.
Afternoon, sir.
How are you,
Good
sir?
afternoon. Orville and Zidane here, Mr. Lofters.
How are you doing?
Yeah, man, not bad. How are you doing?
I'm recovering, eh?
You're recovering. Tell us what happened yesterday now in that game that was televised, so most of the country who follow schoolboy football saw what happened. Tell us what was going on, why you went on the field and was berating the officials.
Let me tell you, from the kickoff, the official he was making some dubious calls, eh? And I just felt like I was under attack from the kickoff. And no matter what, he was totally ignoring his linesman is referee assistant. Let me say that.
Yes.
And every call that the assistant went for Camperdown, he overruled it. So I started questioning his integrity. So at the point when we were at the venue, saw a clear outside. And I was closer. I was even closer to the bars than the referee because my bench is actually down that side.
Mm-hmm.
And we all stopped because we figured, hey, this is outside. So when I saw him throw for the ball, I just went to ask him, referee, you didn't see the ball went outside. You didn't see the ball went outside. He went to his pocket. Listen, I'm not saying I was right. But football is a passionate game. It's an emotional game. It's a good match. It's an end-to-end match. So sometimes we all as coaches get caught up in emotions too, right?
Yes.
And it's wrong on my part to even ask him a question, because referee.
But don't they say that the lines belong to the assistant? Shouldn't the assistant be the one would be in a position to make that call whether it went out or not?
Yeah, but listen, the group of referees that were doing this match, I think they weren't qualified for this match. The lines person, as I was told, just start lining maybe 2 months now, 2 or 3 months now.
Mm-hmm.
The lines person, he was late. And but we all saw the ball went out. We all saw it. So he didn't need the linesman to make the call.
Mr. Lofters, this is Orville.
Yeah, man, I'm good, Orville.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, man, I am too.
Mr. Lofters, the first day I met you was the first time I went down to Woolmaster again.
Yes, sir.
I can't tell the public the history. I wanted to interview a Manning Cup coach on a television program on TV. And you were recommended to me as a bright coach. And I was like, okay. Because I didn't know you before that.
Mm-hmm.
You came across as a bright man, very intelligent, with the kind of personality that I think would be a proper example to you in Jamaica's football. Me disappointed. The one good thing that I'm getting from this is that you're acknowledging that what you did was wrong.
Yes.
So I don't want to hear how bad the refereeing was, because I wasn't there. I didn't see the game.
Okay.
You say no matter how bad it gets, Mr. Lofters, you cannot behave like that.
As the coach, you have to set an example for the youngster.
You get what I'm saying, Mr. Lofters?
No, man. Listen, man. I don't even know when I reach on the field.
That is all I'm interested in.
Listen, man. Everybody will lose me. If I get a red card in my playing career, maybe it's like 2 over my 20 years of playing football.
Right.
So it's not my character. It's not my, but I don't know, and I won't make any excuses, as I say, because listen, if I was still on that bench, I wouldn't have lost,
Mm-hmm.
I could have fixed things.
Yes, but let me ask you. It seems as if your players stopped playing for a while when the ball was headed back into play. Wouldn't you coach your players every time they must play the whistle? They must continue until they hear the whistle.
Listen, my half-time talk was, listen, we're not going to get anything today. We must not expect anything. We must play until the end. Okay? We must play until the end.
Mr. Lofters, rightly or wrongly, you see?
Mm-hmm.
This is one of the perceptions that the public is having. And that's why I'm disappointed, because having met you, Mr. This is a coach where it looked like I wouldn't trust my son with.
Mm-hmm.
Camperdown got 4 or 5 players sent off in one game.
Mm-hmm.
And all of us berated that kind of thing. And when we see the coach himself now getting involved to the point where you're going on the field to question a referee's decision, what do you think people will now say about the reason why the Camperdown ballers behave the way they do? Rightly or wrongly, Mr. Lofters, they'll say, well, no better hearing, no better barrel.
Yeah, man, it's me, them a follow.
It's you, them a follow.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Mr. Lofters.
I can't agree with you, man. I can agree with you 100%.
You see this? Let this be the last time you do this, my boss. You will do games again or coach games again when the referee nag you in a call.
Let me tell you this.
Yes.
This has happened to me on so many occasions. so many occasions.
Them single out Camperdown for rob games again?
No, man. No, I'm not talking about Camperdown.
Yeah.
In my coaching career, my playing career, and I don't know if it's the excitement or the game.
Okay.
But sometimes we are humans and sometimes we lose it.
I like how you sound doing it, because I think you'd come and defend your behavior. I'm not interested in whether the ball goes or not.
No, I'm not defending my behavior, man. No, because I let down my team, because as I said to you,
good.
If I was there
on the bench,
yes, I would have solved it.
How many games are you banned? Just one?
Or? I don't know, but based on my conversations, I don't know what the referee report said, but
question though, your utterances after the game, because I saw an interview with the Gleaner, which you did. You think that will probably put you in more trouble than just you being sent off?
Listen, they were trying to get me because the referee is a thief. You understand me? They was trying. Everybody interviewed me was trying to. I don't know if it's dubious, but he was making bad calls. Oh. You understand me? So I didn't say he's a thief. I didn't say anything like that. Yeah. I didn't call him a thief neither. All I'm asking, referee, you did not see that the ball went outside, and I turned my back right away and I walked. The emotions took me on the field, but I realized I walked off the field. I walked off the field, I went back to the side. I'm not defending my action. But I'm saying I'm human, whatever we are human. Sometimes we head chip. Yeah?
What do you say to your players when them head chip or when the referee?
No, man, I tell them all the time.
What moral authority do you now have as a coach?
Listen, man.
When the referee
is key.
Yes, but coach, it starts with you.
Yes, but I'm 99% of the time composing.
Or is you acted completely out of character?
Listen, man. Yeah. Everybody.
We do it. We have all been there. Yes.
It's happened to us, and I try to compose myself as quickly as possible to the referee. All I'm begging for.
I was 100% disappointed with you, but you have gained back.
And I'm still 100% disappointed with myself.
Right.
Yes, man. Not get me wrong, I'm still 100% disappointed with myself.
That's the approach. Well, I tell you something. Let's see if Issa will throw the books at you, and let's see if the people at Camperdown will throw the books at you. But based on how you sound now, I would hope that what has happened, and you move on. And this kind of thing must not happen again. I'm not even interested in this specific nature, whether the ball did go out or not go out, or whether the referee make bad calls or not. It happens, my boss.
Yeah, my top man. And let me apologize to the public, and to the Camperdown family, and to everybody who was watching. All right?
Yeah,
and this is not the character of the coach nor the team.
Because how long have you been coaching Camperdown now?
I've been the manager from 2003.
From 2000.
We have many occasions like this, and I'm the one who usually tell everybody, hey, back up.
Yes.
Go back round sir. What are you doing? Stuff like that.
Wonderful. Before we run though, you want to talk a little about the football now. You have 3 games remaining. Who you have to play, and do you think you can win all 3 and still advance to the second one?
The plan was to win all 5 from Ulman's coming back down. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So we beat the Ulman's 1-0. We're supposed to at least establish a 1 point from morning yesterday.
Yeah.
Never happened like that. Now we have Idle back again come Tuesday. And then we have Kingston, and Perfume.
If you win all the remaining games, can you still advance?
Maybe. Possible. That's 17 points.
Will you be able to be on the bench for the next game?
No, I don't think so. No, definitely.
So you'll be out for at least the next game? Yeah.
At least one match ban. So maybe 2, I don't know. I don't depend on it's on the meeting.
When is the meeting?
The meeting is usually on Monday or Tuesday.
Go to them with the same penitence that you're going now, and minimize the potential damage.
Listen me. Everybody at ISA knows me well.
Oh, they know you. Right.
They knows me well, and we have a good relationship. And even after the game, we were standing together, we were discussing all of that. So, and it's all depends on what the referee writes in his report.
Right.
Yeah, but I know them. I tell him about it. I never call him a thief. I question his decision, which is wrong again. I never behave. Maybe a bad, but I never chop off my head there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
But based on Camperdown position, still can advance, and hopefully we can advance and show the people of Jamaica that that we can play, because we definitely showed credit for that yesterday. Said it wasn't a walkover. Not a 9-2 encounter like the first encounter.
Yes.
But Craig admitted that your team was depleted in the first encounter.
Yeah, man.
And if Mona is one of the favorites, and you could push them like that, if you get your act together and advance, you could be making some noise in the second round. So all the best, coach. And I must tell you, I never expected it to sound like this. You have restored the ratings and the respect over that field. And I like your approach, eh?
Yeah, man, this is natural to me, man. This is natural.
Big up yourself.
All right, respect.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back. Who we have online now? Who we have, Asta? Coach?
Yeah. Good evening.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Orville.
Yes, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man. I'm fine. It's been a long time, man.
All right, Coach.
Yeah, man. Yeah. What I want to talk about is this topic going around about hatchet or century. Which one is harder?
Or the 50 points in basketball?
Well, I don't touch that because basketball is kind of have a lot of dynamics to it, and so I didn't do anything. But I did a research. I did a research on both. I coach football and I play cricket up to U16. I went to Orville.
Right.
Okay, so I can give a dynamics on both. Well, I do a research, and I research 22 of the top football players, goal scorers, and 22 of the top cricketers, top cricket scorers, and I average the career. So what I have is that the cricketers, the average career of cricketer is 156. That is test match. 156 matches, and the average career of footballer is 8 years. 8.something years, but I use 8 years. I average their century also, and when I average the cricketer centuries, I get 33.2 for the cricketer.
And 33.2 what?
Century per player.
Okay. In Test cricket?
In Test cricket.
So the list of 22 batsmen on average scores 33 centuries per player per test. Per career.
Right, per career.
Yeah.
And their career span over 156 matches. It's an average.
Yeah.
And for the footballers, the average hatchet for the 22 players is 22.1. That just work with 22 per player average.
Per career?
But then per career. That is over a year period.
So the top 22 footballers over them 8-year career scores 22 hat tricks per player.
Right.
All right.
Per player. Right. Then I look at what I did. I look also how long these guys take to score, because it will take over 8 years for a footballer to average 22 hatchet, and it takes 56 match, and this 56 match could be up to 10 years. Test cricket play. Okay. So that tell me that the hatchet is harder to score to do. However, you have tangibles where you can research, and you have to do these much to have. You have to have these much to know these tangibles. So in cricket, you have pitch condition.
Yeah.
Weak or strong opposition, and that goes for both
football and cricket. I was about to say that, because the caveat in the argument that I put forward was it must be against quality opposition. So you're now saying that is difficult to go into.
Quality opposition, right? So you have pitch condition in cricket.
Yeah.
And you have weak opposition and strong opposition that can determine your game.
Right.
And it also happens in football. And how strong your team is also. Your team.
Yes,
how weak your team is also has to do with it. And those are tangible.
Because the stronger your team, the more likely you are to score a hat trick.
Right.
And
the weaker your team.
And indeed to score 100 as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So these to me is balance.
But question though, and good points, Carla. Question though, which one of the sports you need your teammates to be stronger for you to achieve both feet?
Well,
it would be football.
Yes, and a sense to cricket too, because if
no, I agree, and that's why I said you made a good point. You know, so for both, you need your teammates to be good. It helps you. But I'm saying with football, you need you need them more than cricket, because Brian Lara never played. Brian Lara never played any great players, but he still got a lot of centuries during his playing career. You're not going to find a footballer who played a team relative to West Indies in terms of how poor they are. You're going to find him score a lot of goals. It doesn't matter how great he is.
Yeah,
especially against quality opponents.
Right.
So that's why I lean towards good arguments either side, my boss, for all three. But I lean towards the football. Yeah, true.
My research leans towards the football also, because also what I also have here in my research, the average, because a footballer may on the field for 90 minutes, but the average possession a football player would have is 8 minutes out of the 90 minutes. That's what the average football player has. You know, you understand that?
Yeah, man. We know what
and then on the cricket side now, a player can face one ball, and that same player can face up to 1,500 balls. And also remember, it's 2 innings.
Mm-hmm.
So you can double that. That's 3,000 balls. Possible. Because remember, a player can bat up to 3 days, if it's possible, in a draw match.
Right.
Yeah, concentration come into play now. But I still feel say, for instance, the Brian Lara on a dead pitch. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
And even good bowler bowling to him, you take him apart. You understand me?
Yeah, good point that.
Right? So I'm leaning towards, my research lean towards the soccer player.
Yeah, trick.
Football player.
Yeah.
I post this on Facebook. I don't know if you did read it on your page.
Yeah, man, I saw it. I didn't know who, but I saw it. And I must say that of all the persons who I've heard trying to attempt to form a conclusion, I was more impressed with that than most. That you took the time to do that kind of research.
Somebody even said to me, say argument, and I did a short research also in terms of 2 top players, Tendulkar and Lionel Messi. I think Tendulkar and Pele. And I said to him, say, it took Tendulkar 200 match to make 51 runs, while it took Pele
51 century.
51 10th century.
Yes.
Right, and it took Pele 1,330, I think 36 match to score 92 hat-trick.
Yeah.
I even said to him that this coming World Cup, do a little research for yourself, because the World Cup coming out. Just write down how much of these players will score a hat-trick versus the Test Championship that is going on right now.
Yeah, man, good points.
Understand me? So you have argument both sides, and I tell you, the percentage differences between the two is 10%. You know?
Yeah, man, it can't be by far. Yeah.
No, it's 10%. So you have argument on both sides. Understand me?
Yes.
But my research, I didn't want to jump up and say football or cricket. I have to go and do a research. You understand me? This need a research to because a man saying can throw ball in a goal, yeah, man, it's a boy. You can stand up and play some ball just drop. It's not that easy. If you play football, you know that it's not that easy.
Not at all.
To score a hat-trick. And if you play cricket, you know that it's not that easy to score a century.
Yeah, man.
You understand?
Point made, my boss.
That's the reason why. Right. Yeah, man. That's my little argument.
You've added to the discussion. All right, you're up to the discussion, my boss. Coach. Is Coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big up yourself. Big up, Coach. Thanks for the call.
Driver, don't stop at all. Hello? Yeah, man, it's your
Can you hear
time,
me?
man. Yes.
Yeah, man. Zidane, what on?
I'm here, driver.
Yes, driver. Don't stop at that.
Zidane,
Mm-hmm.
I want to hear your views on this. What's it? I got to talk about that as 200 Cornwall. Now, the question to you is, if Chris Gayle did the same thing to that team, what would be your argument?
Chris Gayle.
That's the reason why I'm asking.
Chris Gayle not playing against anybody.
In what?
He wasn't playing against anybody.
No. If the team that have made the double change.
Yeah, I would say Chris Gayle. I would say Chris Gayle wasn't playing against anybody.
All right. Okay. So, when Chris Gayle made the 175, you remember that 175 when making the T20?
Yes.
2013?
Yes.
You remember the goalie lineup?
Remind me.
To begin with, most people never ever believed that a century could be made in T20. When the T20 just started after about 06, 07. Let me give you the name of the bowlers then. And point to note, all of whom I'm going to name now would have played for their country at the international level. All right? So you remember this guy named Ashok Dinla?
Yes.
You know one bowler named Bhuvaneshwar Kumar?
Yes.
You know a little brother named Mitchell Marshall last year?
Yes, indeed.
Luke, right? You know about Luke, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
All of those guys when Chris Gayle made the 175.
Then that's why Chris Gayle wanted to.
Hold on. Why me ask you this?
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's why Chris Gayle is one of the greatest T20, if not the greatest T20. Although I disagree and with give Kohli, T20 batsman of all time.
Yeah, but what I try to find out from you is why then because you can only make the century or double century.
No, but
from who you see.
Because Cornwall is now no Chris Gayle, my boss.
No.
So let me explain to you. If I hear that Lionel Messi score 6 goals against an opponent in Champions League football, they go and say the opponent can be great, but I understand say when is Lionel Messi is so out of class, my boss, as a footballer. If the opponent is not all that great, hold on, him can. Hold on, let me make the point. Him can do that sort of thing. Now, if me here say Tuffy Anderson score 7 goals in one football game, my boss, or 6 goals, me know say Tuffy Anderson is not that sort of player, my boss. So me know say something wrong with the opponent.
Okay.
You understand the difference now?
I basically, but if you're going to Messi, it would mean that you would pour some cold water and Messi 2 goals against Jamaica then. Because based on your reason,
isn't that the greatest opponent Messi scored the 2 goals against when he scored against Jamaica?
Yeah, but you pour cold water upon Jamaica footballers in a general way most times. But yet still, you have big up Messi 2 goals against Jamaica.
No, man.
So that's like a double standard.
That was the beginning of my boss. All I was saying is that Jamaica, while they're not great, they're not the worst team. Which is true, because they rank 50th in the world.
But anyhow, 200 in any game at all, in any cricket game, trust me.
Cornwall not so good, my boss. So once I hear 200 on Cornwall, the opponents must really poor.
Not necessarily. But anyway, we leave it at that.
All right, driver. Man average 20 in a CPL, my boss. Big up yourself, though, driver.
We're coming back after the break. Yeah.
All right, welcome back to Omega Radio, Sports Desk, and we go to Deigo online.
New York, start spreading the news.
Indeed.
We could start spreading the news because I'm hearing that Cornwall made 200 runs. But Zidane, when these people come and tell you Cornwall made 200 runs, what is their argument? It's the fact he made 200 runs. What is the argument?
They want me to rate the 200.
Eh?
They must want me to rate the 200 runs.
Oh, but I tell you, Orville have a better name than me for that. The first year in New York, 1,000 runs, the man making about 4 games. But they never called it for rate to be fowler.
The US is a Deigo. Cornwall is no big bat, you know, in any farm.
No, man, no waste of time with me, the foolishness, man.
All right.
Enough things to say.
Yes, all right.
First of all, shipping port. Yeah, man, let me go through my thing, man.
All right, yes.
Shipping port. That's what I said. Let's ask them the point. Nothing wrong with giving the facts, you know.
What's the point? No, he wasn't discussing the stop shot issue. All he said was that me stop take on Baggio. Is somebody else brought up this stop shot issue, and I told him that I never
said nothing wrong if you have disciples. Our religions have disciples. Deigo have disciples. Nothing wrong if Zidane have disciples. We all can have disciples. No, Orville, back to you now.
Yeah.
Because I didn't get a chance to listen to the show yesterday, but I hear you on Baggio. Define, since you were there as an eyewitness during the game, what happened with that shot? Define to me now what took place.
A shot that I didn't expect based on where he was and how they were playing at the time.
Did the shot score?
Apparently it did score.
Then you do the game. You don't know if it scored or not.
Yeah, man. Is that tape him here, you know, after the game? Apparently Sean took off the goal. So apparently it did score.
Oh, so probably what your words are funny, but probably what you meant was like a quick shot, unexpected shot.
No, but it's not what me just hear obviously, and it sounds like everybody was surprised that him tried to score from that Saturday.
Yeah.
No, not the score, just to kick a goal from there.
But to be fair to Baggio now, that's how a snapshot is defined, Orville. With the least backlift, because I follow hockey too. So it's not wrong if you probably sometimes you have the things you need at the moment.
Deigo, and I'm saying there's a difference between a snapshot, one word, and a snapshot, two words.
No, I'm not arguing that. I'm talking about snapshot in sports.
But it's
don't
sports.
do that with your theoretical words reasoning.
No, but it's
in sports, snapshot is a one word, snapshot.
No,
I disagree. Okay, so I know it in sports, in football or hockey then.
All right, the question now.
You may be talking about rifle.
The question now is Deigo. How did Orville say it? Did he say that was a snap shot, or did he say a snap shot? So there's the problem now, Deigo. So did he say snap?
So in hockey,
Orville,
in hockey and football, we understand what a snapshot is, and the definition that Zidane read is how we understand. If you have a different definition of
the definition don't have to be
all right, so you disagree. Yeah, we'll move on again.
So why is it that
you?
Why are you making a point and I'm not allowed to
Because all I'm saying to you is then it's obvious but you disagree with you. Nothing wrong with that. We can move on.
But you don't have to tell me Sam disagree with me. The whole world here let him keep disagreeing with me.
All right, so we're moving on. No, we're not going to waste time like how you and Baggio waste time, boss. And I talk about corners of the year and this how foolish time of the month. No. Orville.
Yes.
Are you saying now that you would have carried Cornwall to the World Cup?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that too many of us completely dismiss Cornwall as a possible West Indies player. First we used to do it in
Well, you've been saying that for months, and nothing new then.
No, I'm saying that for years actually. I'm saying too many of us were. You asked me the question and I can't answer that.
No, but you don't know. You say what you're saying. I hear what you were saying, now I get the understanding. Because I was on the impression, because I asked you.
Yes. What am I saying?
I asked you I'm going to tell you what you're saying.
Yes.
You have to waste time with Deigo. I asked you at the World Cup, and you never mentioned Cornwall. So what you're saying is that people shouldn't dismiss him.
That's my argument.
So that's to be a difference for the last 5 years, Bob.
Yeah, you're not going to convince the people who are dismissing him, though, Deigo.
You're not going to convince Deigo. You're not going to convince Baggio.
You're not convincing the selectors at all.
Deigo, you think my aim when I say Nikita Miller should be playing is to convince people who don't rate Nikita Miller?
No, but what I'm saying to you, if you have said something for 3 years, are you not convinced?
No. When I say sheer hope should not be making the team and people say he should.
No, man, stay with Cornwall. The money was a divert.
No, I'm saying my aim, Deigo, I have long past the view that I can convince a man. If a man make up his mind, say I'm going to disagree with what me say.
If every time Cornwall make a big score, you're going to say it. What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
No, man, I'm just...
What's the point to keep mentioning it?
Because you bring it up,
Because here is another CPL where Raheem Cornwall did well again in T20 cricket relative to some only other people. So when he does well again and most people still keep just dismissing him out of hand.
Yeah, that's why I was saying you're not going to convince them.
Yeah.
The fact that you want to select him now, we can't move on. We don't know your position.
Deigo, but I wouldn't dismiss the possibility out of hand.
And we are.
And I'm not.
So you keep. I guess you have time on your hands. You're coming in on the show. You have nothing to say.
Yeah, because Deigo, I'm not coming and saying that. Boy, I still not going to pick on.
I am not going to convince Uno. Said Dan Bradman are the greatest thing ever.
You got to Dan Bradman. Stick to Cornwall,
but my points will not change. So when something happens,
anyway,
I'm going to mention back the points I have.
Okay, so every year Cornwall make runs, you come and make a point. Yeah, you're free to do that. Okay, sir?
Yeah.
And we are free to continue to say no, we should not be in there, Dave. What, right? All right. What else now, Dave?
Mention over this, Zidane, I don't get it, Most of the people I talked to, and me and even Tracy was on it. I said, you keep criticizing Messi. And I don't understand what you're really criticizing for, because Argentina, you keep saying Argentina didn't win a World Cup. So I asked him now, where do you rank Messi now? He said rank Messi number 3. After Pele, Maradona is Messi. So if I rank LeBron James number 2 over Michael, if Argentina did the World Cup, your ranking now going to change?
No, you're not going to change.
So what is the argument then?
You're the greatest. Yeah, but if Argentina left the World Cup title, they're going to still who think Pele and Maradona is ahead. We think so not same way, because this is Messi.
And I told him Argentina can win the World Cup and they have an ordinary game.
Yes.
Ordinary World Cup.
Yes.
So what? So I keep saying to people, what on the pitch are you criticizing Messi for? It can't be football then. You're criticizing Argentina for not winning. But once you have a ranking for him, how does Argentina winning change it?
Good question.
No, I don't know about anybody else. I rate Messi highly, you know, very, very high.
You haven't three too.
No, you can't use that about Deigo. God, where do you rank him? Don't tell that to Deigo, Bill.
You have Messi 3 too.
Tell me what number you rank Deigo, Messi.
Top 3. I'm not sure if it's placing in the top 3. But we have Deigo at what?
Right, I have Pele too.
And sometimes I could be convinced that Messi is better than Pele.
All right, so Pele, so
Messi in the conversation.
Messi has one.
Messi in the conversation.
Messi in the conversation
as greatest of all.
But I'm saying,
all right,
that not set in
stone. Hold on. So if Argentina win the World Cup, are you going to put Messi number 1 over Maradona now?
It depends on how he plays.
Ordinary, he plays ordinary.
No.
All right.
But have I?
So what is your criticism of Messi now?
I just think that at the World Cup, which me think at the top level, him not show me what Deigo showed.
Oh, I agree with you. Number 2.
Now let us say that the upcoming World Cup, Messi take on the World Cup from game 1 and go on with a bag of things and lead Argentina all the way. And never game him. You never know.
Right. Yeah. But you're either way, if I'm ordinary Argentina win, him still number 2 for you.
No.
What is the constant criticism?
I am not constantly criticizing Messi though.
No, I'm not talking about you now, Deigo. I'm talking about other people.
Well, you have to go ask them other people.
Well, even though I disagree with Orville, him arguments them consistent in this regard and solid. So him think Maradona has done more at the World Cup, so Maradona is ahead. The other fanatics, the other people, let me not understand what they must say. They're all over the place.
I don't get that. That's what I'm saying, Zidane. What are you arguing? If I have LeBron as 2 and Michael Jordan as 1, I never criticized LeBron yet.
No, you just think Michael Jordan
I just have Jordan as 1 and LeBron as 2.
Yeah, beat the 3rd greatest player every day. How can you have a man? So many people try to play football, my boss, and are so great. And you have one man at 3 in the world, and every man you beat this man at number 3.
Thank you. What are you talking about?
We're the two man we are 10 and want to sit down them we're down below him. And Ronaldo, fat Ronaldo, them people.
Hold on, it's like me and Orville now. Him and Bradman as 1. So me support him on him theory. And me have Lara 2. When me get up and I beat Lara for every day for that make sense?
No.
Deigo, them a beat them a pressure you know must have here in Deigo the person.
What if the argument is not just pressuring Messi per se, but pressuring him relative to the man who them think is best? In other words,
I have all day. Now tell me what the argument is.
No.
I'll stay with you.
In other words, if people were coming here every day telling me that Lara better than Bradman, then I would be taking on that argument relative to.
So you're creating an argument that Deigo. So you're creating one. I'm just talking about what people are pressuring me on.
I don't know what that is because I don't listen to that other.
Okay.
But let me ask Harvey though.
Yeah.
Do you think it's crazy to think Messi is the greatest footballer of all time?
No.
And that is the problem Deigo is having, you know.
No.
They're saying it's laughable to compare Messi to Maradona and Pele.
If somebody tell me that Messi is right up there with Deigo and Pele, you can't knock that.
You can't knock the argument. You can't say, boy, this is the reason I have Maradona ahead of them. But you can't bramble the people for that argument. And that is the problem Deigo is having. And I agree with Deigo.
I agree with that. He's good enough to be ranked as good as anybody else. Yeah. It's just that for me, given the obvious heart and fight that Maradona have at every stage of football, if me want a man to play for my life, me I go pick Maradona because me know that him I go give me him best every time.
Orville is like the famous race with Merlin where they had to go to the freeze frame.
Yeah.
If you take Gwen Torrance or Merlin, what's their argument?
Yeah.
They got to go to a freeze free to separate them.
No, well, me did rate the Messi very, very long time. But when I say this man I did that from Mr. Team play, me just realize that this man was not a normal baller. But me still think say boy.
And I keep saying it, Orville.
Yeah.
And Zidane keep hearing it. All the different when Messi get them all of them the goal, the Tevez and the Higuain and the Delamira, they miss it. When Maradona give them the goal, the Valdan and the Barachaga, they score it.
Yeah.
That's the only difference I see. If they are saying Argentina need to win, then you can't be criticizing Messi.
No, man,
you have
Messi.
to criticize the whole Argentina team if you're talking about the team winning.
Yeah.
True.
Why pick on the one man?
I hear you, boss. All right, there you go. Big up yourself. I will take a break. Final break. We're coming back.
All right, Dr. Watson there.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Sir Watson.
Yeah, go on. The other day, I want to just address 2 points when it comes to weight. The other day, I heard a caller insinuate that the big American football players, that he was making some comparison between the big American football players and Cornwall. There's a difference between being big and muscular and being big because you're obese.
Wasn't I explaining that to the caller?
Well, I never caught that part.
Yeah, man, I tried to explain to him that's
because the big American footballer, for example,
they are very agile.
Because they are big, because they are muscular.
Yes, correct.
They use weight to grow their body and not fat. And today again, he made a statement that he might have some illness that prevents him from losing weight. Nothing like that exists. You only preserve weight because you eat more than you burn.
Yeah, man, poor health decision in terms of
from the time Cornwall has been having the problem, he has not been able to discipline himself because I think he has a lot of potential, but I wouldn't pick him because I think he's a risk.
When you say risk, what do you mean?
I think he's a risk. I don't think someday. I don't think I would invest in my team.
And I'm asking what
for long term.
A health
he's
risk?
at least a health risk and an injury risk.
Well, he's managed to for the most part
He has managed to scramble around because even when he's walking in between overs, you could even say that he has ever made a purposeful step while he's walking between.
He's managed to play for years without getting any serious injury with that.
Because he has never been able to increase the intensity of his game to the point where he might become injured.
And the fact that he hasn't increased...
And that is because he's obese and he's not strong enough.
But the fact that he hasn't increased the intensity of his game hasn't prevented him from performing at a level equal or above his peers.
In one aspect of the game.
No, man, bowling and batting. Cornwall have 350 odd wickets as a bowler.
He has not distinguished his case as a batsman and he has not distinguished his case as a bowler because you can still compare him with Allen and those other guys.
No. I'm saying...
Who are about the same level as
if Doc, 354 first class wickets at 23 apiece for an off spin under the region is distinguishing yourself.
And Nikita Miller took how many? And if you are picking an all-time team
based on players, the fact that Nikita Miller the fact that Nikita Miller is a bigger performer don't mean that what Cornwall was doing or is doing isn't highly commendable. I'm
not saying that I wouldn't commend him, but I wouldn't pick him.
And when he's been picked,
if I put him in the programs to increase his ability to increase his performance, and he continues to be an ordinary player because he's not able to achieve the goals that I set, I would pick him.
He has demonstrated in the test matches that he gets that when he gets conditions that suit him, he's a match winner. I can think of a lot of West Indians who I can't.
Same thing about Chase.
But I'm not.
Say the same thing about Chase.
But I'm not arguing for Cornwall against Chase or for any individual. I'm saying a lot of people are not match winners.
In every aspect of his game, I can find somebody who I could pick, who could bowl as good as he bowls.
I'm not just talking about. I say Shea who played 30 odd games to the West Indies and was outstanding really in most of one of these games. He make back-to-back 100 up ahead in league. And yet everybody tell me that this man is at...
You pick Cornwall and bat him instead of Shea.
No, that's not the point I'm making. I'm saying...
because the positions that they are competing for different positions in the team.
But I'm saying, while we agree that Shea Hope, a lot of us the West Indies should consider him, even though he's not a match winner most of the times and perform at Test cricket. A man who has demonstrated that maybe 3 of the 9 games that he has played in Test cricket, he actually was among the best performers for the West Indies in those conditions. A lot of people felt him shouldn't play to begin with.
I wouldn't even consider him. I want to say something about the hat-trick argument. I think the hat-trick in football is more difficult. And why I think it's more difficult? I think the more difficult things are achieved less often.
Yeah, generally, yes.
Yeah, and for that, even just for that reason, statistically, it must be more difficult to get a hat-trick. Well, that was before Ireland, no?
Yeah. But you know what? Jump out to me in the argument when I think about it for many, many days now, that listen, football, you can have multiple games where it ends 0-0 or 1-0 with 10 outfield people. In cricket, you're going to have runs. It doesn't matter how weak the opponents are, they're going to get 200 and add runs.
No, not only that, but let me say something else.
So the games allow you to score freely.
Yes, but what I'm saying, Zidane, look at it again. Even the impact that a hat-trick in football have on the outcome of the game. I've never seen an international game where a hat-trick was to a losing cause. I don't know if it happens, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, because it's so difficult to score that usually at the top level when 2 competitive teams are playing, once you get 3 goals, they usually win.
You usually win.
Yes.
So I've never seen an hat-trick in a losing cause, and I've seen so many centuries in losing cause. So a century in cricket don't have the same impact as a hat-trick in football.
That's a different dynamic now to the argument.
Huh?
That's different.
I agree with it here, but that's a separate argument.
Yeah.
No, but what I'm saying, because look, if the thing was statistically, if it's less significant in the outcome of the game and it is achieved more often.
We have to leave it here, Doc. We have 3 more I want to squeeze out of them before we run out. I don't know how that
Orville,
yes.
When I look at clippings from cricket in the older days, I think cricket in the past is like dandy shandy compared to now. I think the game is a different game, and I don't think Bradman could do.
Carl Monday
what he did in the earlier years. I don't think he could do it in this.
All right, Carl Monday I'm talk about that. Garvey.
My turn.
Yeah, man.
Me I run the ankle leg of it.
Boy, Sean, I'm going to squeeze 1 more after you. So we'll give you 3 minutes.
Yes, Garvey.
Them send my body up and this up on the radar.
We got
I don't know about that.
We passed that, man.
Okay. Big up upstairs. Don't take it personal. See that caller they were just called a while ago. I give you 2 examples of a famous hat-tricks in losing cases. Right?
Yes.
There was a world club final, 1963. Sao Paulo versus the European champions at the time, Benfica.
Mm-hmm.
Pele versus Eusebio. Eusebio scored a hat-trick in that game, but they lost. And there's another World Cup game, I think it was in 86 or 90, with a guy from Spain, Emilio Butragueño. You know about that man there, Zidane?
No.
Scored 4 goals in a 1 World Cup match with Spain. Which one was it, David? It was 86, right? And 90?
I can't remember.
But I think the match was against Denmark when Denmark did have Elkjær and them, man. You remember that bad Denmark side, eh?
Vaguely.
And them get eliminated. 5-4. Michael Lodge was on that Denmark side. You remember that side, man?
No, I'm not coming back.
Yeah, man. One of the best sides Denmark ever sent. Yeah, man. Zidane.
Yes.
You see your messy argument, it has too many holes. And Deigo, shame on Deigo. Let me ask you a question, Zidane. You ever hear anybody say Cristiano, alright, what if Cristiano Ronaldo led Portugal to a World Cup title right now? How you think he would have been viewed?
No,
you don't think people are saying greater than Messi?
People still say that right now?
No, but I'm saying, if he did lead them to, alright, Orville.
Yes.
So you as a neutral party is not a Messi fan. If Cristiano Ronaldo leads Portugal to the World Cup title coming up in November, how you think he would be viewed in the history of football in comparison to Lionel Messi?
It would add to his legacy. It would strengthen his case.
You don't think his legacy would surpass Messi's?
I don't know if it would surpass it, but it would step up immensely.
The big difference between Messi and Ronaldo, you know. You notice nobody ever beats Ronaldo for not winning a World Cup, Orville.
You know why, though?
You know why? I can tell you why.
No, I can't tell you why.
Why?
Because people believe that Messi, in terms of talent, is the
No.
most gifted footballer of all
No,
time.
I think most people feel because Argentina had better teams than Portugal.
Thank you
that
very
is
much,
not true. No,
there
hold on.
you go, Orville.
Hold on, we're going to be objective. I agree that is some of the arguments, but a lot
That
of
is the only reason.
No, man, you're not being fair, no, man. Some of the people are saying that
Zidane.
Messi is so talented, him should have
Zidane.
find a way to deliver for Argentina.
Zidane.
Yes.
If Cristiano Ronaldo was a German or an Italian and he played 4 World Cup and he is so good and he don't win a World Cup, you don't think they would have beat him?
No, Garvey, I agree with you. You know, that one of the reasons why him don't get so much pressure is because him don't play.
Remember,
he hasn't played with a super team at the international level, which and Messi did when he had Aguero and Tevez and Higuaín and these people and Mascherano.
Yeah, admit no, man.
But I'm saying to you, even now, this Argentina team is not a super. They're not a great team in terms of talent, you know. But people believe that Messi has the ability to get in the position with knockout stages to deliver for Argentina just like Maradona did in 86.
Then what history they have to believe that?
Because I'm talent.
This man played 4 World Cups and has not scored a knockout round goal. Why all of a sudden you believe him going to come now good and deliver?
Man, him playing a different team and a different role now.
He played on better teams than that, with more talent.
Yeah, but he won the Copa with a lesser team though. He won the
Copa, man.
But it's a point. He won the Copa with a lesser team, my boss.
Zidane.
And he was better. Messi was better in the Copa than any other Copa with Tevez and him friend them, my boss. So he played better in the Copa with less talent around him. Give the man some credit, man.
You see, Johan Cruyff?
Yes.
As great a player as he's in history. You see them 2 back-to-back World Cup final they were making a 74 and 78 Orville?
Yes.
If him did just happen to get Holland over the line in one of them tournaments, Orville,
He never played the second one. He never played the second one, man. He only played once.
Well, any one of them tournaments that Holland did win, it is that Johan Cruyff's name would have been right up there with Pele.
I think you're overrated being a part of that winning World Cup team.
No, Zidane.
Because Zidane, but hold on, my boss.
Country.
Ronaldinho, Zinedine Zidane, Ronaldo from Brazil, they all won the World Cup, my boss. Messi is rated higher than them in the history of football.
In whose book?
Most people. You know, people them say Messi a third. And me having my first.
Yeah. Arvid, you see why you must narrow it down to this, you know. Zidane like to talk about him dominance in club football, but because players play in different leagues, the part of club football, they must narrow it down to his Champions League, and primarily the knockout stage is that Champions League, and he's not even the best player in that part.
Yeah, right. He's better than Zidane, though. And Zidane win World Cup.
But Zidane outdo him in a World Cup. Listen, Fat Man Ronaldo win World Cup and play just as good in a Champions League as your boy Lionel Messi. How can Messi be rated ahead of him?